time.
Okay.
Again.
Welcome
Well,
back.
that's exciting the second time.
Welcome back to Samuraising.
Uh,
Last time in Samuraising, the crew left Torafusei's castle on their way to Kimiko Tora's castle. Five? What's the name of her five? Iwashizu?
It's a town called Iwashizu.
On our way to Iwashizu. Crew camps along the way, lunching, talking, kind of connected with each other a bit. And during one of these nights that we are camping, Sosei is caught sneaking off to go do something. Upon being questioned, he denies and obfuscates and redirects, but the next morning, Alta doesn't want him to get away with it. Doesn't want to let that shit slide. So he asks him again, and Sosei confesses. He was practicing blood magic. And with that, things went bad. Kimiko has, I think, disowned both of them in her eyes, wanting nothing to do with them, to associate with them, as blood magic is highly illegal and is a generational enemy to the Tora clan. So anyone who willingly practices in it or willingly allows others to practice in it are her enemy, as far as she's concerned. Yutaro took that pretty rough. Tried to argue his case, but did not appear that she wanted to listen, or that he was making the right points to her. And so they're kind of broken up. I think Yutaro is coming to terms with that slowly, but he's still kind of in like that middle phase of it can't end like that. He's in that bargaining stage, but he's getting there. Aoto and Sosei. Do Aoto and Sosei talk? No, I think Sosei and Hayato talk. Right?
also incorrect.
Alto and Hayato's had a good talk.
Sosei talked to
did talk to Sosei at some point.
Oh yeah, he did.
I have to talk to a lot of people at some point.
Yeah, I had to talk to basically everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the peace and find the best way to get forward without somehow bringing down the hammer of execution upon those two, and likely the Jade Magistrates as a whole for their reputation. Hayato and Aoto are trying their best to damage control, figure out why Sosei does this, why Yutaro's tolerating it, and what they can do going forward to prevent them from dying. I know there was a lot of stuff that happened in those conversations that's just evading me now. But I know that a thing that came as a result from those conversations are that Hayato and Aoto are trying to cover for Sosei. I think low-key they didn't say this, but they were kind of looking at angles to see how they could get rid of Kimiko. So that way they could keep the Jade Magistrate reputation high. Sosei did confront her, and she agreed to give him a year to get cleansed, to be redeemed, to come back without, any blood magic cursing his body, without the blight cursing him more, without the practices of blood magic being what he uses. Giving him a year to reform and change. We'll see what happens there. Hayato talked to Kimiko, kind of just checked in on her, make sure she was processing and not about to go snitch on them crazy. And I think Yutaro and Aoto were going to have a conversation that we did not get to finish in text, but we will try to finish now. Is there anything I'm missing?
I would like to add that the agreement that Hayato and Kimiko had was that she wanted to at least inform the Emerald Champion of Sosei's condition.
Mm-hmm.
And Hayato got her to agree to let him tell the Emerald Champion instead of her.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Big points from Hayato.
Really reassured her that I wouldn't do that.
Correct.
Will I be doing that? Fuck no.
we do a little bit of we do a little bit of lying, a little bit of fibbing. Yeah, I think the group is kind of all trying to find their footing as they're about to reach this town of Tora Clan Samurai, Renegon Tora Clan Samurai, who could really just look at Sosei and be like, all right, time to get a body bag. And that's not good. So everyone's kind of figuring what to do when we get there, how things are going to play out. We have a few contingencies that have been discussed. Hopefully Kimiko won't snitch. And we'll see what happens. But Yutaro was talking to Oto, asking him what he knows about smuggling people. That's kind of where we left off, that conversation.
Very quickly, before you guys start, I think I should also add in the conversation between Aoto and Hayato, where Aoto was talking to Hayato about how he'd been informed that they'd been followed ever since they left the castle by seemingly a Scorpion clan samurai. And it became apparent that Hayato knew about this, but Alto didn't press him too hard. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Alto said he wasn't going to bring that up to the other members of the party. Is that correct? Alright, well, I'm gonna spread misinformation then and say that.
Sorry, my headset was fucking muted again. No, my headset. I'm still getting used to my
Okay.
headset. It's
No,
fucking
you're good.
muted. Hayato and Alto are gonna be keeping dirty secrets with each other. That is the agreement. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's what I thought. So currently the conversation between Yutaro and Alto, timeline-wise, when about is this happening? What time of day?
I think it's the
It's the night before our arrival.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. Very well. What was the quick summary of the conversation thus far?
So, as a quick summary, unless you want to do this,
Yeah, you got it.
Sam. So, Yutaro was on watch, and it was Alto's turn. That was a big thing. He woke him up, and kind of came out, just was checked in on him. Hey, how are you doing? Like, but let's be real, you don't actually want to go back to bed, and you want to keep up watch with me. And Yutaro was kind of like, yeah, hey, speaking of, haha, there's something I definitely want to talk to you about. And so they headed off to the clearing, a clearing nearby. They still have camp, like, in sight. Like, it's not that far, but just a little bit of privacy. And a little bit of back and forth, just kind of shooting the shit a little bit. And then they got... Hang on, I'm scrolling. Yutaro started pressing him first about smuggling and forging documents. Alto ended up saying, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll speak plainly with you. Fuck it. You've kind of been run around the ringer this entire past few days. Kind of feel terrible about that. He confessed to Yutaro, yeah, I know a lot about smuggling. Kind of insinuating, haha, yeah, I'm a smuggler. He's not really into forgery. It's not something he's particularly done. And then Yutaro ended up pressing him about smuggling people, specifically about the mystical forest between the clans, and was asking him further questions that kind of went over his head a little bit about basically Susanoo's monsters and typhoons and his civilization in the Western lands. And so he kind of thought about it. He kind of emphasized to Yutaro, hey, what I'm about to say, this is staying like with you and me. If I'm like, this is between you and me, basically. And he was like, I wanted to actually talk a little bit freely with you. I want to establish that kind of camaraderie. He was like, yeah, I grew up in the Kitsune Mori, so I'm fairly familiar with some of the routes that are out there. And smuggling people, I haven't really done so much, but he actually did know a little bit about the civilization in the Western lands in terms of older artifacts, kind of with particular like magical capabilities and like weird qualities to them. He talked about how he doesn't know that much. That wasn't business that he trafficked in, but he had heard from like older like people in the business that sometimes artifacts would be kind of like smuggled through kind of and all that shit. But it was one of those things of like you never know if that's actually a legitimate artifact or not. A lot of people make claims, and if you get caught smuggling like an illegitimate artifact by whoever is paying you to do that shit, you're probably gonna get offed.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, he's like, "So why are you asking me?" Like, I'll just speak in character now. So after all that information, so do you actually want to share what's on your mind?
You're back.
I don't-
Yeah,
Damn.
After all
As I
that,
get in character.
it's crazy.
during Pride Month,
For real.
During Pride Month, fucking blue balls over the internet.
Quote is awesome.
huh?
Why is that text so big? Ugh.
During Pride Month?
My coworkers have been saying it a lot for every little
Mhm.
what's the word?
Inconvenience?
Transgression.
Inconvenience. Yeah, every little inconvenience. Very specifically, Cole, our resident straight man.
Incredible.
So it's extra funny.
That's how it should be.
Cole is the group straight person.
There's always one.
There's always one
For
straight
every
person.
inconvenience, he's like, during Pride Month?
I mean, that is crazy, right?
It's funny.
Yeah, you would never do that.
Yeah, you'd never.
Never. During Pride Month? Never. Where did he go?
Imagine Sam's just gone for the next like 3 hours.
He just literally leaves.
Yeah.
Where did he go?
Okay, session won't be impacted in any way without Utero. It'll probably be fine. Smiles. Weird.
Intro is not important at all.
Yeah, definitely not. Especially not coming here.
Buen provecho. I'm back. I heard. Start again. Ah, fuck.
Anyways.
Base.
Okay, Grumpy Man headspace. Oh hell. Okay. And hopefully I can just be quieter finally on the fucking because this character's been quiet. Alright, anyways. So do you actually want to like share what's on your mind with these questions? I'm not are the others kind of privy to whatever's ailing you? I mean, if they're not, I'm willing to throw my head into the mix to try and help you out because it seems like you're weighing a lot right now. This is kind of out of left field.
Left field. That's. He like shakes his head like. This is the only thing he's been thinking about. So it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, left field? Right. If things go badly, I want to know that there is a way for Sosei to escape. Some other fallback opportunity.
That's where your headspace is. Alright. If we need to... If that's the route we potentially have to end up pursuing, I'll see what I can do. Yeah. Is this all of us? Is this just me and him? Because
Shakes his head.
all of us.
You don't have to do anything for us. You have your own honor to worry about. I was inquiring to see if there's something I can do. you know of some place or someone that could help you disappear, that could be useful.
DM, I probably definitely know of someone who could definitely help us disappear.
I also would think that you would know. It would be impressive if you didn't.
Yeah. Alright, just making sure. Doing my due diligence.
Yeah,
Alright. He nods. If you or any of us ultimately need to disappear, that's something that I could arrange. Yeah.
Nods. Thank you.
How realistic? Oh,
No, that's-
yeah. I'm not gonna prod you terribly much. We probably should go back to camp. I need you to be not optimistic, not pessimistic. I need you to sit here and be realistic with me, Tro-san. How realistic of a world do you think it is where we're gonna have to be facing that? And I'm gonna gesture my head to the pen, considering Kimiko-chan, considering where we're going.
How realistic do I think what is?
The possibility that this is an avenue we're gonna have to consider.
Oh. Looks down, kind of like scratches the back of his head. Like it's still a question he can't fully answer. Seems like he's still weighing everything, all his options, even as you ask him that question again. I want to believe Kimiko-chan would not sentence us to death. That's what I want to believe. Do I think it is likely? Yes. She has her duty. I have mine. That much has been made clear.
He's kind of weighing whether he wants to take a moment to kind of comfort you with this or not. Kind of like just worrying his lip, kind of looking back at the tent, like considering.
He looks hurt.
I-
Even as he like expressed that, there's just pain. Like it feels like he would be lying. Like he has the expression of someone who's like very consciously telling a lie that they don't want to tell. But from the context, you know that that's just what the truth likely is, and he hates that truth. He hates that he has to say that. It's a very uncomfortable truth that he has to try and accept.
I find it respectable that you found yourself in relation with someone as honorable, someone as loyal to her family and as duty bound as she is. But going forward, Yuzuru-san, you need to watch your relations with people who have these sorts of obligations, these sorts of extraneous things that are higher than them as individuals. And I don't mean that as unsolicited advice, but he kind of just sighs as he's lecturing, kind of catches himself. He's like, I wish I didn't fucking prod Sosei about any of that. I had no idea. I had no idea what any of this was, and I shouldn't have. Kind of just covers his face with his hands and just shakes it. I didn't think it was that.
You see Yutaro like grip his katana extra hard in the belt, but kind of like arms flex. He looks pissed. He sighs, the air vibrating as a little bit of smoke comes out. You did your duty. You saw something questionable. You acted on it. That's what an Asobi would do. I can't blame you for doing your duty.
He kind of. It's a smirk that doesn't meet his eyes. It's just tired. Well, Asobi or no Asobi, you're the lot I've thrown myself in with. I created this mess, and whatever I need to do to help keep it contained, clean, or move the mess elsewhere, I do. I swear to you. And he kind of just eye to eye with you, Taro. I'm gonna do the best I can within my ability with this. Whatever ends up happening. This is my fault, and I own that. And kind of looks down like he's considering, kind of tongue-in-cheek. Like he's like humiliated at even having to make eye-to-eye contact. I'm sorry I didn't have the situational awareness to understand how serious this was.
Nobody who sees someone sneaking off in the night, a Torah no less, thinks they are sneaking off to do that. Shakes his head, kind of like he's annoyed, like just mutters, "Stupid fucking sensei." Thank you. It would be unwise to refuse any assistance that is offered.
Nods. And I offer it genuinely, though, before we head back to camp. I'm asking for advice. Is there anywhere else I shouldn't be sticking my nose in? That I should be aware of now?
Thinks to himself. There's not many secrets Yutaro is aware of in this circle. He is pretty bimbo. I think this is the only thing he could share. Do not be surprised if you see Kimiko-chan again after we help her down. She's engaged to my brother. It's likely we will see her again.
His face so carefully composed and neutral, but there is a little bit of an urge to prod and be like, I'm sorry, what? But he keeps himself composed, he keeps himself chill. He nods. I will make a due effort to not be surprised. He nods. And with that, he stands up. It is my watch. Or do you want to try and get any shut-eye? We've probably got a long day ahead of us.
Like grimaces. That the sentiment he had expressed earlier. It's hard for him to find sleep without someone else to be wrapped up in. I don't know if sleep will find me, but I'll go looking for her.
Nods. If it doesn't find you, I'll keep you company out here. We don't have to force conversation if you want to be in your head, but if you want to talk, we can talk. Whatever your preference is.
If there's anyone who I'd like to spend some time alone with, I suppose it is you. The newest member of our magistrate clique.
He kind of just pinches the bridge of his nose and shakes his head, but he's kind of giving a small laugh, a click, huh? Is that what we are?
Oh,
This is a dysfunctional click.
out of short too many men to call ourselves a squadron. Believe group
Yeah.
might also be fitting.
Click is fine. Not expressing. I'm not expressing distaste. It's just. You're right. No, you're right. I suppose this is a click. It's just. I don't know why that's humorous to me.
We've met many people who provided us aid in our hunts. They may not be magistrates, but kinda looks towards where Kimiko is. They're still allies to our group.
Mhm.
Click just feels more encompassing.
But I think he's gonna start making his way back to camp, and it's probably just a little bit of small talk here and there.
Yeah.
He's not gonna hold Utro. He's gonna let him try and get sleep if he wants to, but he's not actually expecting Utro to get any sleep. He's gonna be kind of just chilling by the fire, or the old campfire. It's out now, but keeping watch, quiet and chill.
I'll make like a con save, maybe a sanity check to see if he actually gets some sleep.
To see if you're
Sanity,
able to
huh?
fall asleep.
Yeah.
Is that something that he's trying to do?
He is trying to get sleep. It's just, it may not happen.
Okay, I think like a wisdom save would be most appropriate.
Wisdom save.
Let's see.
Yeah, no fucking sleep for him. Too stressed. I'd say probably like maybe 45 minutes after heads into the tent, he'd just come back out. Like, yeah, that ain't happening. And yeah, hang out with Alto for the remainder of the watch. Probably just like pull up a log, like sit on the ground, you know, like kind of reclined up against a tree maybe, but wouldn't get much sleep. Probably just chat with Alto throughout the night. Cut to the next day.
Gotcha. One quick question, because this is the day where we're going to be arriving at the town. Alto, are you keeping your quarry humans?
I don't have a reason to change it so far. I guess one of the things I will discuss with you, for kind of touching base, we don't have to talk in character with this, just
Mhm.
what do you truly think we're going to be dealing with out here? Kind of like almost talking, like maybe the part of what they talked about over the night is what to expect in the morning. What do you think we're going to be dealing with? Given the situation.
Shugenja who investigated are dying. Something that affects the area, permeating all the water, not just from one household or one well. Maybe some kind of kami? Some kind of spirit. If not, it would have to be the work of a very coordinated curse or attempt by some very powerful Shugenja to weaken this town. I don't know why they would pick this town out of all of them, but that's my instinct. Some spirit or some nefarious villain plotting on this town's downfall.
And this isn't in character speaking, this is DM / just talking. I'm having a rising. What Utro is saying is what I'm suspecting. It's gonna be either Kami or fucking people up to shit. Suspecting actually it might be people up to shit given the job Alto has out here. I'm actually a little wondering. I wonder if I take a gamble.
You know, It's almost as if Crab Clan is going to war with Tiger or something.
Yeah. I'm
It's not what Yutaro wanted to say, but he's like, I wonder if Multigate did go home. I wonder if he actually did take his ass home. But Yutaro's not saying that.
think my in-character instinct is still that this is probably people-based, and there's a possibility there's kami that are up to shit, but I think his gut instinct is that this is a people thing. And especially after talking with Utro and seeing that they're pretty eye to eye, that this could be either or. We're gonna keep it humans.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Come the morning, traveling towards the town. Before we arrive, is there anything anyone else wants to do?
Yes.
Talk about?
Not talk about with the group, but there's something I'd like to do. I think I already said it last session, but just to emphasize what I
Okay,
said
sure.
before we get there, I'm definitely writing a little letter to my girl that
Okay.
she's been fucking outed by someone.
Okay, gotcha.
They're on you, sis. Run! Run!
Run!
Someone outside of the party noticed and gave word to Ayato.
hmm Okay, cool. I should write that down.
Do with that what you will. Ideally, don't make it obvious that you know.
She like shows up to the party. Is like, "Which of you motherfuckers?"
Leaves a note in everyone's sleeping roll. It's just like, I'm onto you.
Come on, you motherfuckers!
You think you're onto me?
Oh,
Yeah, I know where you're sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm on you.
I was this
I will
close. Don't
say-
play with me.
This is close, man. Watch your ass.
I will say, Alto, it's probably worth considering that Alto's, just for context of the conversation, Alto's known this for a couple of days. He hasn't made a specific scene of, like, trying to track whoever is following them or outing anything. So just so if it informs the letter or anything, he's being pretty quiet about it.
He's being quiet about it. That doesn't fucking matter to me. It's whether she was
Cool.
found out in the first place.
No, I'm just making sure. I wasn't sure if that, because I don't know what shit you're into. So I'm just making sure if that informs the letter or doesn't inform the letter.
At this point, I don't think it's nearly as fucked up as the shit that you're into, but like, we move.
Yeah.
We'll
Maybe
see.
I'm wrong.
It does. In that little message, does Hayato mention Alto at all, or is it very
Oh yeah. 100%.
okay? So you're telling her like specifically exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just like the warning of be aware you are being likely watched and or your presence is known. If you act
Mhm.
like you are aware, that may out me.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
We're playing a fun little information game right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fun, because I just randomly decided. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna spill this to anyone, it's Hayato. Surprise! It's fucking relevant to you. Oh my god, this is fun.
Crazy.
When we have 3
Crazy.
shinobi in the party.
that
And then
is funny that
Yutaro.
Alto was like randomly. I should talk about this to Hayato.
Oh, he
Just got
knows?
lucky on that.
Hmm.
If Alto would have brought this up to literally anybody else,
Yeah.
drastically different.
Thanks.
Yutaro. Hey yo, come out the hiding then, pussy! Yo, right that shit right now. Draws blade. I know you out there.
I know you can hear me.
But yeah, that is what he would do. Prior to getting there.
Alrighty. So, as you guys get closer and closer, cresting over hills, going through scattered forests here and there. At some point, you guys come out of a little patch of forest, and in the distance, you can see wooden walls of a town. As you get closer and closer, those that are near Kimiko can see a concerned look grow on her face. To get even closer, you can see a few rice fields around the town. For a little bit, you're confused as to what they are. When you're close enough to recognize them, you can see that the water within the rice fields is now blood red.
Is that how the other fields were like?
What other fields?
With the plight in them?
Oh,
The first time?
no, not at all.
Interesting. Okay, to you.
The other fields, the water looked fine, looked normal.
Right.
But the actual like plants themselves became dark and blighted, as well as the soil underneath the water. So maybe the water looked a little darker, but that's just because of the dirt underneath.
Okay,
But the water was normal. Here, the water is blood red, and the actual rice itself looks completely fine.
Huh.
And as you guys get close enough that the rice fields are on either side of the road, see Kimiko just in silence, scanning around, looking, not saying anything.
Like Hayato's kind of on that similar energy, I won't lie.
Does it look like
Very
people
quiet
are?
observing.
Does it look like people going in and out of the town?
No.
No, they blocked off.
I mean, from what you can see, the gate is closed and nobody's in the fields.
Mm-hmm. Does it look like there's guards?
They're under
Around?
quarantine.
Not on the road at all, and not outside the gate. You want to make a perception check.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can spot that there are, off in the distance, 2 guards on top of the wall, near the gate. But none on the outside.
Looks to Kimiko. Chime up. Is this how you left things?
Just quiet. Looking over, still looking out over the fields, shakes her head. No, the water didn't look anything like this. It was a light pink, if anything. This looks like blood. You can see for a second she like wants to get closer, but then stops herself.
Has there ever been... Excuse me. Has there ever been a spell or a creature that could turn the water red like blood? Kind of asks that question, but he kind of like shuffles in his saddle, looking at the rest of the magistrates. Like, that's an open question.
Nothing I know to this scale.
Is there anything we could roll for like Arcana history?
You can make like an Arcana check if you'd like.
Are there any like stories of like famous spirits or like local spirits maybe that do this kind of thing? That could like turn the water blood red.
You can make a history check if you want to know if this has happened before.
Some like folk. I'm kind of looking at. Are there any like folk tales of this even being mentioned before?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get close to the water to inspect it?
Sure.
I'm not gonna lie, I was actually about to make a joke about you absolutely about to send your boy to that water, huh?
Head first dives.
Head
Well, no,
first
I'm
about
not
to dive
gonna.
in.
No. Blood, you say?
Get in, guys. The water's fine.
Yeah, I want to inspect it a little bit
Gotcha.
closer.
Quickly for Utro, you've not heard of any tales of something like this before.
Okay.
I mean, like stories of like blood magic users using blood, that sort of thing.
Would Kimiko have ever told me, or have I ever heard in passing, about there being some kind of, I don't know, dormant spirit, or like a, like a kind of like a cryptic, what's it called? Cryptid, like some kind of like fabled monster that lives in this area?
No.
No? Okay, got it. It's looking like people, but I could be wrong. Too early to tell.
And so say, I'm assuming you like hop off your pony.
Yeah.
You go to the edge, looking down. What exactly are you looking for here?
Does it smell like blood or any kind of chemical? Like just not water? But water doesn't really have a smell of blood. Like does it smell anything?
Yeah. Smelling it? No, it just smells like a normal rice field. Visually though, as you get closer, say make. What kind of check would this be? Maybe perception or nature?
God, they both suck. Dude.
Maybe investigation?
I'll take investigation. Please and
Okay.
thank you. At least it gives me 4. I'm proficient.
Alright. So coming closer to the water's edge, looking in, something you do notice is that it looks exactly like blood. 1-to-1.
But
But
it doesn't smell like it.
it does not smell like it. And the way that the water ripples, moves in the wind, with the small bits of rice knocking it to and fro, creeps up the edge into the soil. It does not have the consistency of blood. It seems to just have the consistency of normal water.
Careful not to touch it.
It looks like it's just water.
I still wouldn't touch it. Not until we know more.
Guess I'll just leave it at that then.
Give me a
Doctor is
Constitution
telling you
saving
not
throw,
to
please.
Fucking touch it. God
Huh?
damn it.
Me? But I didn't do anything. All I did was look. Alright.
You got close, bitch. You got close.
Well, I didn't even touch it. I wasn't aware looking at it triggered anything.
You got close.
What the fuck?
Radius.
Marking something, hold on.
Oh.
Please.
Oh, you're in danger.
Why? It's the opium.
It's the opium. You have to have a little opium reaction real quick.
Alrighty.
Start sneezing nonstop.
You don't notice anything.
What?
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Get back
The
up and get on your
scariest
pony.
thing a DM can do. Roll thing for me. Alright. Nothing happens.
Yeah, as you were.
Mhm.
Get back on my pony. Mutter to himself about it.
You guys continue forward, or is there any other investigation you want to do?
Not an
My
invested.
one
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
My one thing with the water as it is, so these are rice fields. How have the plants been impacted in any shape, way, or form? Has their own coloration changed? Are they wilting? Is there anything growing in this at all, or is it just pure stagnant water?
I mean, the water is pretty stagnant. It's not like flowing water. But the rice looks remarkably normal. Doesn't seem discolored. Seems perfectly healthy.
Alright, sorry, taking notes.
Hmm.
So, as everyone's kind of doing their investigations, I'm just kind of standing behind them, observing the rice, observing everyone doing their things. So, depending on whatever is happening with the water, the plant life itself isn't actually at least visibly impacted that we can see in any way or form. It's not wilting, it's not falling apart, so it's potentially not dangerous to plant life, but potentially dangerous to people. And he's gonna look to Kimiko-chan. Does that line up with what you know of the situation? I'm just trying to make sure we sound more informed before we go in.
She nods her head.
Follow-up question.
That's how it appears, yeah.
Hey God.
Mhm.
I have a question. Are there any dead wildlife around?
Ooh,
Is there any wildlife around?
Is it quiet? Yeah.
I mean, you might see like the occasional birds and stuff, but
Okay, that's still relevant and important to note.
Mhm.
Tea. Okay. The only affecting people theoretically.
clarifying question. There are birds around. Have any of them drank the water or anything? Are they kind of playing in it or anything whatsoever?
no, there's no birds in the water.
Okay.
But I mean, given the toll we've heard it's taking on people and whatnot, I would not be surprised if we did see dead creatures littering around. We'll start cleaning them up.
Unless it only affects people.
That's what I'm
That's my
thinking.
instinct.
Unless it only affects me.
This is just for
No, you're
Sasuke.
fine.
Mhm.
You're
Me as
okay.
in
You're
Korra.
okay.
They decided to surround their entire town in like an anti-blood magic goo.
Goo.
Mhm.
Alright.
They put anti-blood magic Kool-Aid in the rice water.
Gotta tell you.
Well, let's ride up. We'll be able to hopefully figure out more once we're actually in town.
Before we ride up, Fiddle will just kind of taking in the landscape. A lot of this reminds him of home. Looks to Kimiko. He'd have a very serious expression, like solemn, a bit of pity, and he'd say, "I promised we would figure this out." Kind of just takes in the empty rice fields. It's clear there's a small, like, haunting look in his eye. And we will. Before we leave, promise, you will have some amount of reassurance.
Miko pauses. You see a small, like, tired smile. He goes, "Thank you, Yutaro-san. I appreciate all of you coming here and that you are not dissuaded by the current state of things."
On the contrary, I'm intrigued to find out what's the cause.
She nods to Haito.
I marched up a volcano. A bit of red water isn't going to dissuade me.
I think we should see people.
Trot on up to the gates.
As you will approach the gates, You see like the two guards up top notice that you all are coming. And like you see that they're about to say something, but then one of the guards turns to the other one, starts speaking. And they have a short conversation, and then
What is
turn
the
back.
conversation?
Oh yeah, I forgot you can read lips. You can see the one dude is about to say halt, and then the other guard turns and is like, "That's Tora Kimiko-sama. She's returned." The other one goes, "Oh, truly?" And he like looks back, looks to the other guard, and is like, "Oh, that is her." And as you all approach, one of the guards like leans over the side. It's like, "Tora Kimiko-sama, welcome back." Kimiko looks up, smiles. "I have brought Imperial magistrates here. They are to investigate this water." She like looks around. Well, it almost seems like it pains her to even say that. She looks up again. "Please, open the gates." Guard goes, "Right away." He like disappears behind the wall. And after a little bit, you hear mechanisms moving, and then the gates begin to open. Mika looks back towards you all. "Welcome to my home, Yoshizu. It's seen better days, but it's mine." She begins to enter.
Trotting in. It will see its best of days because of you as well.
So while looking around, there definitely seems to be like an air of, maybe depression isn't the right word, but like there's very few people out and about in the streets. The ones that are very quiet, their heads down. You can see with the people that are there, they don't seem to be in the best shape. They look hungry, tired, thirsty. You're trekking forward. Kimiko speaks up. It's like, "I'd like to first go to my family's manor, if that's alright."
I'm alright with that.
I think it's the most intelligent place to go first. Yeah, let's go.
So you all entered from the southern gate of the town. Kimiko's family manor is more towards the north. So you guys are trekking through the majority of the town before you arrive at this very large house. And you can see out front, I guess the first thing you'd probably notice is that there are 8 bodies strewn about out front of the house. Small pools of blood. There are like other peasants there that have like grabbed blankets and are sort of like getting the remains of these people covered together. At the front door of the manor, you can see an older man standing there, seemingly guarding, katana at his side. And see Kimiko, seeing this scene in front of her home, hops off the little pony, rushes over to the man standing at the door. It's like, Swordmaster Genzo. He replies, oh, Kimiko-chan, welcome back. She's like, yes, I returned as I said I would. The Jade Magistrates. But she looks back at the bodies. What happened here? Well, these people here, they tried to force their way into the manor. They weren't very happy about the current conditions, but she pauses and goes, I understand. Do you all approach?
Yeah.
For sure.
Ethan would have his
You'll
like
approach.
Jade Magistrate badge out on like his hip, or like hanging from his belt.
Hmm.
See this?
Yeah, the entire time going through town, he's been like studying the features of everyone they've passed, like the symptoms they may or may not have.
It's a good one. Make a medicine check.
It's also what I wanted to do.
Hee
I think you get to add your intellect die to
Thank
your
you,
medicine check.
correct. That's it.
Though I will not be making
I'm gonna
medicine.
kill myself.
No.
So get the where your intellect die is.
Oh yeah, I didn't roll for over. Whatever.
Hey,
Alright.
16.
Thank fuck.
16 is solid.
Pretty good.
Could have been higher.
Looking over the people here, aside from the 8 dead people in front of you, like, the people didn't look like they were in the best shape, but they didn't seem too, like, ill. You heard some people coughing here and there. Some people looked like maybe they were nauseous or, like, tired. But at least of the people that were out and about in the city, they didn't seem like they were on the verge of dying or anything.
Right. Nothing odd or differing about them.
What do you mean by odd or differing? No, like magical marks or like red.
I mean, even the signs
blood.
of plague, like.
Oh yeah, no, nothing of like indicating any serious disease or plague or cysts on their body or anything of the sort.
PTT.
I wanted to ask if those symptoms resembled Sose's.
I suppose the coughing might,
Okay.
but I think besides that, not really.
And I personally, as we were passing through town, just kind of wanted to see if I could do a perception, just a layout of the shops, where's where. DM, you know what I'm looking for. You know what I'm looking for.
Make a perception or investigation. I think is fine.
And this doesn't count. I don't think it's just. I think it's a normal roll. Okay. Oh.
I hate you.
Damn.
I hate you so much.
I don't hate it. I'm useless here. Y'all go crazy.
Walking across. I'll say you get the layout of the whole town basically as you're walking through. You understand, like, oh, these are like the industrial areas. These are like more housing areas. This is like the town square. Yada yada. I'll
Got
say
it.
for the sake of things, if there's a place in the town you need to get to, you know how to get there.
That will be useful for later when we conduct our investigations. Finger guns. Thank you, DM.
3D diagram in your head.
Mhm.
I mean, unironically, yeah.
He activated his fucking
Like-
Batman scanner. Just got a layout.
Alto just has a mini map now on the top
Oh,
of his
hell yeah,
vision.
yeah.
Damn.
He looked around, saw where the nearest like fast travel point was, and hit that shit immediately. He said, "I need the map revealed now."
So I didn't want to do anything else fancy right now. I'm just studying the towns we passed through.
Gotcha.
You thought it would be
Um,
like taking in the state of the guards to see if they look sickly or if they're like on high alerts. If they look like they're expecting trouble, or if they're just kind of like meandering.
Sure. You wanna make like an insight or
Insight works. Yeah, I'll do insight.
go for it? So you see around like all the guards you're seeing are like peasant recruits, like armor and spears. Walking around, they don't seem on high alert. It doesn't seem like they're expecting like an invading force anytime soon. They seem like they're just tired and going through the motions.
Mhm.
None of them seem like they really want to be there. Some of them appear in slightly worse shape than others, but none of them seem like they can't do their job, quote unquote.
Gotcha.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. But it's just like
Okay.
they look very vulnerable. Trying to figure out like, are they expecting trouble? Does it look like maybe they're anticipating something's gonna happen soon, and like this has all been like some big setup to weaken them. But if they look like they're on regular everyday tasks, it's just they're tired. It's like, alright, well, doesn't look like they know anything new. Like there's a present danger coming yet. So it's kind of just
Yeah, no one's like rushing around or
yeah.
ringing any bells.
Gotcha.
But as you all approach, see Genzo scans all of you. His eyes land on Yutaro. He goes, "Ah, you must be Matsu Yutaro. Kimiko speaks highly of you."
You know, smiles, bows. It is an honor. We spoke it so fondly, though. She said.
And Jade Magistrates, I'm assuming recently formed. He asks questioningly.
No one answers him. Indeed. A few months ago, the Emerald Champion saw need of our services. We have been working within the Tiger Clan, aiding wherever we can see our services useful. When we heard Tora Kimiko's plight, it seemed only natural for us to come respond.
Bounds. You have my gratitude. We certainly have not needed the Jade Magistrates more than we do now in many centuries.
Let us not disappoint. Where can we start? What do you know?
Sort of puts his head down, crosses his arms, takes a deep breath, and goes, "Currently, the governor and his family," looks to Kimiko. "The rest of your family is not doing well." He looks over towards the other peasants cleaning up the bodies in front of the manor and goes, if we may speak inside.
Nods. Lead the way. We should meet the governor. It is him who we shall aid.
I don't think he's going to be very talkative right now, but turns and opens the door to the manor. You may certainly try. He steps in. I'm assuming everybody enters.
Yes.
Closes the door. Takes a few more steps into this sort of entrance hall area. People would normally like take off their shoes and such. And he goes, whatever is going on here, this water, this sickness, it does not seem to affect everyone equally.
How does it affect people? What are the symptoms?
The common folk seem to be slightly weakened, ever so slightly sick, coughing, drowsiness, the sort. But Kimiko-chan's family here, they are... He pauses. Well, perhaps you should see for yourself. I believe, perhaps unrightly, that whatever this is, it seems to be targeting the Torah main family bloodline.
Ego squints.
He takes a sigh. You see, like, Kimiko's taking everything in, not really talking. She looks up, goes, "Can I see them?" Genzo replies, "I do not think that would be wise. I do not wish their fate upon you. I think it'd be best if you stayed here." Sort of painfully looks to the side, turns away, seems to be like pacing around thinking. He looks up to the rest of
hand
you.
on her shoulder. I'll see what's going on and inform you of such.
Takes a deep breath. Thank you. Raita-san.
Of course.
Allow us take a look. It'll only take us a moment. Looks to Genzo, asking if they can enter.
He nods, and he leads you all through the manor to a room. As you all enter this room, has Ichiro ever met Kimiko's family before?
No, he's never been down here.
Okay, gotcha. So, as you enter this room, there are 6 people in here, 5 of them laying down in beds, and then one woman that is currently looking over all of them. All of them in the beds, seemingly Kimiko's family. You can see who appears to be the father and the mother, and then 2 sons and a daughter, all laying. They all seem to be unconscious, varying states of sweating, confused, coughing. The only ones that appear to be conscious right now are what appears to be the eldest son, and then the younger son looks like his eyes are open, but he's dazed, if that makes sense. He opens the door. Genzo goes, Ayomi-chan, the Jade Magistrates are here. Kimiko-chan brought them. And she gets up. It's like, oh, that's wonderful. She takes like an exasperated bow. Look at this woman. This seems to be like a peasant woman, like not a samurai. You can see like in the side of the room, there's like all these herbs and teas and such. But Hayato, assuming you're looking at what's going on here.
No, I'm ignoring everything.
Okay, never mind.
No, I am. Let me look.
Okay, cool. I forget. You have some sort of ability, or you just know what the fuck's wrong with people, right?
Yeah.
After a minute of study.
Well, I would say that looking at these people, what you'd be able to pick up after a little bit of studying, they seem to be sweating a lot. They also seem to be coughing quite a bit. They're all currently elevated, or tilted so that like their chest is higher than their head, or at least like on a decline, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They seem to have very like wet coughs. This is presumably to like drain fluid from their lungs.
Yeah.
And then, they also seem to be like nauseous, confused, unconscious, physically weak.
What's going on with them?
So you can make a medicine check with advantage.
But look at my student thing.
This is not
a
disease or a poison.
Or
curse
curse?
is-
Let me read right quick.
God, if it's not one of those three, we have discovered a new problem. Entirely new pathogen.
I see. Quick, make the medicine check first, and then I'll give you the answer to this.
Okay. How am I?
You throw
I'm gonna be
wood.
doing it with my intelligence. I just don't know how to change that.
You could just roll your base intelligence and then add your proficiency.
You're so right. I'll do that.
Upon entering, Yutaro would like hold a hand back to
That's so
Silsei, kind of like
funny.
stopping him from entering the room. Just like one moment, and
What's
then
wrong?
Gotcha.
step in with Hayato.
Does not get an answer to what's wrong.
Also kind of hanging with Sosei, and it's just like, let him do his thing. He looks to Hayato, who probably looks very focused right now.
Staring into their souls.
Yeah.
Um,
He said, "I know what the fuck is wrong with you."
Looking over them, noticing all these symptoms. In the first few seconds, you're able to piece together. This definitely seems like some form of overhydration. All of these symptoms fit that bill pretty cleanly, except for the coughing and the sweating. But those also seem to be like fluid in the lungs, the fluid
Yeah.
pouring out of their skin type shit.
Right.
Thinking
Not the
over
wet
these things,
curse.
looking at everybody, this is a curse.
The wet curse. Sorry, I'm gonna be serious now.
A wet curse,
A
yes.
wet curse.
Indeed. Their bodies seem to just be like overproducing water.
Mm,
Which, thinking over this more, although this is a curse, right? Presumably, if any of these symptoms were to kill somebody, and then their body was to be investigated, it would seem like they just died from natural causes. Like there'd be no like magical footprint in this at all, if that makes sense.
hmm. Interesting. Okay.
It's not like a curse of like your eyes turn into goo or something.
Such a specific one.
This seems to be very slow and very hard to pick up on. And presumably they've been this way for a while.
Right.
He asked the nurse taking care of them. How many days have
I
they
was
been
coming
like
out.
this?
She looks back. Well, I think for the past week and a half, they've all been under the weather, but for the most part, they had been up and about. They've been only bedridden for the past 4 or 5 days.
Do you know what ails them yet?
She shakes her head. All of the medicine I've tried, all the herbs and teas don't seem to be effective. I'm trying to drain the fluid from their lungs and keep them from overheating, but I don't know, nothing seems to be working.
Well, maintain that effort. That I think is giving them more time while I figure out what to do. If I am correct, I believe this is a curse of some kind.
Yes.
She covers her mouth. Curse? Who would do such a thing?
What
Time to
would do
find
such a
out.
thing?
He nods.
He'd approach the eldest
They
son
all
if he seems semi-conscious. But go ahead, Hayato.
See, he's like, noticed people were there and it started to try and like get up onto one elbow.
did they all fall ill at once, or was it a gradual ordeal?
Some of them progressed worse than others. The governor and his wife, the first to need this kind of attention. The children then followed.
I see.
I'll say hi to, as you're looking over everybody, you can see the younger of the two brothers who's kind of like dazed with his eyes open. He just seems to be like muttering under his breath, looking up at the ceiling.
What is this boy muttering?
Doing a lot of mileage
Um,
at that feet.
I am going to abuse the fuck out of it.
A great feat. Highly
As you
recommended.
should.
You can see he seems to be muttering like the water, red, it knows when you talk about it over and over again.
Fun.
Ominous.
Yeah, tuck that in my back pocket.
Only adding to Yutaro's, what the fuck is that?
Well, it's gonna love all the things I'm about to say about it.
He'd
But,
kneel,
you through?
but yeah, kneel before the eldest son so he doesn't strain himself to look at him too much. I am Matsu Yutaro, a member of the Jade Magistrates, working for Kikito-sama. We have been brought here by Kimiko-chan. It seems family has taken this quite severely, like examining all of them. Try to get a gauge of how much of that he understood.
He seems to be following what you're saying. He nods, goes, my name is Tora Rensuke. Kimiko-chan said that she'd bring you all. I didn't believe you'd come.
I owe Tora
He chuckles to himself
Kimiko
and looks down.
my life. I arrived. We came as soon as we heard.
He nods. That is very kind of you. I wish I could give you a better greeting than this.
Shakes his head. We can all celebrate once you are all well. For now, let us work towards that. Do you know where this began? Where you first started seeing the pink water?
You see, like, pushes himself up to, like, sit up in the bed. Then Ayomi goes, Tora-sama, please don't strain yourself. He goes, I'm alright. I'm okay. Pushes himself up. He goes, first I noticed it was the well in the town square. It's where we normally get our water, and noticed it looked a little funny. I didn't think much of it at the time.
What next? Do you know if that well connects to another water reservoir? Like, things. Hot springs, or perhaps a creek or a river?
Things up a little more. Yeah. There's hot springs to the east. Water from the well comes through the ground. Should all be connected.
Looks over his
Right.
shoulder at Hayato.
Coughs.
Nods.
Yeah, it's not just the water from there, even the sealed water we got from other towns. Eventually, it all turns.
Do you know if there's a radius to this turn? Is it only the town?
I haven't heard word of other surrounding towns, and haven't exactly been allowed to leave.
Looks
Do
to
you know if it's
the.
spreading?
What'd you say?
Do you know if it's spreading?
Shakes his head. I don't. Sorry.
That's alright. We'll find out.
We'll look into it. You've given us some place to start. bow his head. I promise. Iwashizu will not be done in by this. And the Toras will hold their head up high. He'd stand. Bow again.
See, he bows his head a little bit, as much as he can. Because, thank you. Thank you.
Look to the rest of the family. Clearly no one else looks to be all there. Looks to Hayato. I'll be waiting outside whenever you're done. You go out and join the rest.
Yeah, that would help. With what would he know, I guess, about this type of curse?
Say Hayato has never seen a curse like this before.
Is he I'm assuming he's heard of it, otherwise he wouldn't know what it is.
I think this is more a matter of eliminating what this can't be.
I see. Well,
This is definitely no disease that you've heard of. And certainly seems to be magical, and seemingly only targets certain things more than others.
yeah. Okay.
But, I mean, as far as you can see, it is seemingly only affecting water and the water in people's bodies.
Yeah.
There's an important question to have asked before I left.
Mhm.
Asking the nurse or Rensuke. Is the rate by which people get more sickly higher when they are closer to other people who are sick? Is being close to others that are already ailed contaminate you faster?
You're asking the herbalist this?
Yep.
Look to you and go, well, as far as I can tell, it's seemingly kind of random. I mean, almost no one else in the entire town is like this. And I don't know.
No, it's
Amongst the rest of the people in the town, they don't seem to be getting sick off of each other, but maybe it's, I don't know, in the air or something.
Yutaro looks like there's something that's gnawing at him. Like he has like a very slight twitch in his fingers. Kind of fixes it by just holding onto his badge, like his belt, like adjusting, shifting around, kind of antsy. We'll get answers. And then he'd make his way out.
For the time being, Hato has gathered what he can, and we'll join him on his exit.
Say, as you turn to go, you can see the youngest son turn his head and his eyes looking towards you all, still muttering under his breath. He says something different this time.
New phrase unlocked?
New phrase unlocked. He mutters, "Red eyes in the water. It knows when you say its name."
He'll pause, and then he'll approach the youngest. What is its name?
You just hear him repeating the same thing over and over again. He doesn't seem to notice you approach at all.
He'll turn to the herbalist. Keep an eye on him. If he says anything else, please take note of it for me and inform me immediately.
Okay.
Thank you.
You-
Yeah, I'll give her a silver piece for it, just because it's a task that's an extra bit of her job.
So you hand out a silver piece. He shakes her hands. Oh, I can't accept such a thing. I'm only doing my job here as the herbalist for Tora family.
And I'm asking something more of you. I believe you deserve compensation.
Looks aside and head down, holds out both of her hands and accepts the silver piece.
Smile and nod. Put her in her hand. And I will
thank you.
exit. Of course. Just keep me updated on the conditions and if they say anything.
Of course. Well,
Sorry, y'all. I'm on my weird paranoid bullshit. The entire time that I have been kind of standing by the door, letting Yutaro and Hayato do their fucking thing, I want to study the herbalist's body language, how she's speaking, how she's behaving. Is there any indication that she is hiding anything? Basically. Or not being completely forthright in character. I just want to rule that out or confirm it.
okay. You make an insight check.
And I think with this, let me make sure I don't think it impacts. I'm still getting used to this fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, advantage to perception and wisdom, so not insight. Got it. Okay. Oh my god! Okay.
Can't keep getting away with this.
I'm not going
You got
to.
20s, bro.
It's so good though.
God.
Two
I'll
nat-
just
It's
so
probably
hot.
wasted. It's probably
was-
wasted because she's fine.
I was gonna say
Probably.
2 nat
But
20s
still.
on things that may not come in into play.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that this one's gonna come in. Don't you worry about
Yeah,
that.
For
but
sure. This is definitely
Mhm.
one to just check off, because Yutaro's not that suspicious. I'm glad somebody was suspicious of the herbalist.
So I will say off bat, she's not hiding anything.
Okay.
He doesn't know.
But when Hayato was asking to like keep a look on the youngest son, it seemed like she wanted to say some things, but stopped herself. Not out of like hiding anything, but
Like fear.
she's it's not really her place to be talking about things as not a samurai.
Oh fuck! I wish I could have picked up on that. Damn it.
Well,
We don't have to be out of the
When I
room
rea-
yet.
Well, when I realize I'm kind of just standing by the door, watching this interaction happen, and before Hayato is leaving, probably as maybe a little bit of right call, up to you how you want to do it, but I'm actually going to compose my tone and kind of try and intentionally speak a lot more gently, relax my voice. Did we get the herbalist's name?
Ayomi.
Iomi. Alright. Iomi-chan, kind of speaking from the door. We are speaking and investigating from a place of concern with wanting to help this family. If you have anything that you would like to share or speak, it is, in fact, your place to share. You're welcome to.
Looks over to the youngest son. Goes, well, Tora Daichi-sama here. He's been muttering like this, and no one else seems to be doing such a thing, but he only started doing that one day after we returned from the hot springs.
He nods,
see.
passes a look to Hayato.
The three of them share a look.
Mm-hmm.
She pauses for a bit before continuing. It's like, this is not my place to speak on, and I'm not supposed to say this, but he took it upon himself to try and investigate the water on his own.
Do you know if he got in it?
I don't. I don't think he would have done that. He was a smart kid. But trails off. I don't know.
Any theories you have could be crucial. And you're safe to speak here.
Well, I don't know. All of the Shugensha that tried investigating the water all ended up dead. I didn't get to investigate them personally, but I don't know. I think there's a difference between what's going on with everyone else and what happens to the Shugensha, or the people that try to investigate this directly. You know what I mean?
What was their cause of death?
I mean, they were just found dead with similar symptoms to everyone else here. She looks around, but I don't know. Far more sudden, if that makes sense. And they seemed, from what I heard, like dry.
Dry.
Dehydrated?
Yes. She seems very uncomfortable talking about these things. This is a lot of stuff that she's not supposed to talk about.
Alto's actually going to speak up and kind of say, your expertise as an herbalist, as someone who has watched these people for as long as you have, more than qualifies you to speak as you are, and ultimately what we are doing is attempting to help save this clan and this town. Please, I understand this is difficult to talk about and puts you in a difficult position. We will not allow this to reflect on you in any shape, way, or form. Trying to give her a reassuring smile, trying to relax her, because this is actually a vital source of information. It could help us a lot.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. None of them were found with any type of damage directly to them, but it was like some of the water was drained from their body, if that makes sense.
It does.
That's...
Allow me to ask a probing question as well, if you do not mind. When you describe symptomology as wet versus dry, I grew up with people who also use similar terminology. Wet is more this notion of being retained within the body, sort of being stuck within itself, where dry is this notion of, and forgive me, I'm not qualified here, I'm sure you could speak on this far better than me, this notion of energy or vitality moving out of the body. Is that what you speak of?
She nods her head in agreement.
The side-eye that Hayato gives him in that moment.
The confused look that
Same,
Yutaro
side-eye.
has, like, huh?
Folkish medicine terms. He grew up. You know, I'm not gonna say anything.
Mm,
He's just so cool.
yeah.
Honestly, it's not even the focused terms. It's dead ass the fact that he's actively being good in a social situation.
She's qualified, she's competent, she's helping them. Look, anyways, he's staying focused on her just as he's probing.
Yeah. No,
and
it's just a look. He's Hayato is fully listening. He's memorizing the fuck out of all of this.
I guess another important piece of information I don't think I explicitly said. Like the herbalist here, Ayomi, and like Master Genzo, and all the people that you've seen outside, none of them are from like the main Tora family with like the white hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh.
That is good to know.
Yeah. Okay. Only the white-haired Toras are getting bedridden.
Or yeah, the only bedridden people you've seen are like the white hair Toras. Yes.
Haha.
That is important, yeah.
And for the people who were coughing outside, did they have white hair by chance?
No.
Hmm.
They were
That's
like...
They were coughing, but they seem to be functional.
Yeah, they were light sick.
Sure.
These people are...
Yeah, light
that's-
sick.
They're
these people are
light
dying.
My current assumption is that those who are still getting sick at all have some kind of Tora blood in them.
Out of character stuff, because I don't know how much Alto would know. Just, well, though clarified DM. The white-haired Tora are the ones that are experiencing the very prolonged kind of curse-based shit, the very quote-unquote wet symptomology she described. Whereas the Shugenja she described are experiencing the dry symptomology. So, are other people also experiencing the dry symptomology, or was it just the Shugenja?
Just the Shigenja. Like she
Just
said
the
that was
Shigenja.
different from everybody else in the town.
Seems like it's giving attack versus curse.
Yeah.
To me at least.
Yeah. Whatever is at the hot springs does not want to be found.
You're perceiving me dead.
Mm-hmm.
Dead. Actually, dry out.
Yeah.
Dry out.
Actually,
Ew.
give me your moisture.
Yoink.
Big sip.
I have fun theories, but it's difficult because I, out of character, have researched shit like this, but I don't think Alto would know a ton. Oh god, this is hard. Okay. Okay.
We have a place. We have a place to go. I think we can save. We don't have to ask all the questions right now.
Okay.
I love being a Tora.
Okay. Do we have anything else we want to ask her?
I think for the time being, like, Hayato just emphasizes if he says anything else. Write it down, let them know.
Thing just occurred to me. We'll ask the other son. Rensuke-sama, does Kimiko-chan have your authority to make use of the guard?
You're asking if Kimiko has his authority to
Yeah, it has his permission.
command the guard?
Yeah, to like move people around the town. Since he is the oldest member of the family, he's kind of deferring to him for that authority, since the governor is incapacitated.
He'd nod his head. Go. Yeah, she can do whatever she needs to.
Nods, leaves him with that. Think we could start.
Agreed.
Then we exit. Go join Kimiko outside. Sose was there to hear all that, right? He was just behind the doorway.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, pretty much. Like, he heard.
Go rejoin Kimiko and Genzo.
Both
He's gonna,
return.
like, stop chewing on his fingers and look. Why didn't you let me in?
In case you could get sick. I have a feeling I don't need to watch for that anymore. Seems the town itself is the sickness.
I thought that was already ruled out, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Doesn't hurt to be cautious.
Sure.
Ready? As you all return to Kimiko and Genzo. You see Kimiko looks up towards you all anxiously. It's like, how are they? How did they look?
They're
It's
out of it, yeah.
Size.
Your older brother, Rensuke, has given you authority over the town.
He nods. Oh. If he's still up and talking, that's a good sign.
Nods. Itaro, like, takes a deep breath in, and the space around him just gets warmer. Like, very noticeably warm. He exhales. We have somewhere to start. But I believe you should
Alpha's
let
gonna-
us venture forth and deal with this first quandary. Alto?
He's going to say, I do want to check out the well. I would like to go where where was stated earlier, but I do want to check out the well area at some point. Whether that's we split off or 2 and 2 or go together. He shrugs.
Let's go hit the well first. You believe it is worth investigating. Afterwards, we shall go investigate these hot springs.
He nods. This is going to get interesting. Okay.
I love how excited you are. I'm sitting here like, this is so big for energy. Tragically, I would love nothing more than to be able to use this shit. Tragically, Hayato is a science boy and not a magic boy.
That's
That's me, haha.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh. Well, so say, I'm just throwing theories in the chat. As you're studying gets to go. It could be a lot of ways this could go, but yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
No, the fact that they're alive versus the Shugenja looking at them just outright dying does read, I need you.
Mm-hmm.
And Sose is just thinking.
And she's like, why now? Why now of all times? Like, what?
Yutaro looks like he has clearly some purpose in his eye. Like he's like, as soon as he walked out of that room, he was warm. He was just walking with purpose. Like now he has a mission, or he has some idea what to do next.
I have to will inform the group. Whatever it is we may be dealing with has a sentience, apparently. If what I heard the mutterings of is to be given any weight.
What did you hear?
That the water, the red water in here, when it's being spoken of,
And forgive me, I have perfect recollection. What was the direct quote about the fucking red eyes?
Red eyes in the water, it knows when you say its name.
He says that.
Does that mean anything to me as the local demon hunter?
I mean, you know that names are a big thing with a lot of Oni. You know, names are how they enter this material realm. And knowing an Oni's name and speaking it does allow you some amount of power over it when used with like spells and stuff. But that's not the only situation where names are important.
Right, like spirits in general.
Mhm.
Does this ping anything from my studies?
I'd say it's a little too broad. Like this could apply to a bunch of things.
Right. Okay. I thought so. It didn't hurt to ask.
Mhm.
Need more.
It's a good question.
Need to narrow it down more. There's too many possibilities still.
Whatever it is, it's some kind of wet curse having to do with liquid and it being present or not.
There's plenty of water spirits and demons.
Believe it is a kami. Only the kami would act this vindictively.
Choose.
We have a history with a kami of this sort.
Not this sort. But I know what a kami is like when it is infuriated. It can be both patient and indiscriminate.
I see. Well, we should be cautious moving forward.
Kind of chews on his lip, looking between Soso, looking between Hayato and Yutaro. It's not necessarily directly a kami. Someone could well be wielding them or directing them.
It's
If it's
possible.
a demon.
A demon?
Mm.
Quick question: Are y'all having this conversation in front of Genzo and Kimiko?
Oh,
No, I
Okay,
assume
that's
we're
what I
on our
assumed.
way.
I thought we were walking to the well.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanted to double check really quick because that's what I assumed.
I had meant to ask and be like, hey, we're on the move, yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
I-
yeah, absolutely, the fuck not.
I wouldn't say this in front of Genzo, but Yutaro would be saying this in front of Kimiko if she's coming with us. To the well.
She should not be.
I hope
Are
she's
you-
not.
I thought they don't come with us to the
Uh,
springs. I know we want to go.
I wanna
check the
try
wells
stuff.
first.
I want to
Damn it.
try something at this well. I don't want her there for.
Oh my lord.
I assumed when you were like, "Oh,
Bro.
don't come with." But if y'all want to bring her, you can.
Oh, we can bring her. Maybe she's showing us where we can be staying in the meantime. Because I don't imagine this is gonna be like a day endeavor, or under a day.
Should be
So
good.
maybe we go to a room and communicate this shit.
yeah, let's do it that
Yeah,
way.
sure. She can
Yeah.
show you to your rooms.
It's a quick deliberation, then yeah. Get to our rooms.
Mhm.
Yutaro's not gonna ask you, so one of y'all would have to do that.
It's not gonna be.
I
me.
mean, Hayato fully said that he was gonna inform her what the fuck was going on, so.
That's fine.
But, I would not bring her to the well.
But she is in the room with us now.
Yes.
Yutaro would say
Uh,
exactly what he said.
and-
And proceed with this.
Then, answering that question, Sose will say, the name thing sticks out. Names are very important, not just with demons and Oni, but spirits. Typically, if you know its name, you have power over it. They're very guarded about their names.
Yet it sounds like this one's name is well known to an extent.
That,
That's
or you can only
that's the
find
strange
its
part.
name at the hot springs. When you learn its name, it ensures you can't spread it.
It's a thought.
Perhaps.
It knows when we talk about it. It can see from the water.
It can see from the water?
What was the quote? The red eyes. Is that what red eyes?
Red eyes in the water.
Red eyes in the water.
Apparently, when we speak of it, it can hear that it's being spoken about.
In general, or with the name?
In general, there was two separate quotes. The red eyes in the water when you say its name, and then whatever insert quote here of what
Right.
the other one was.
Mhm.
Is that because
sorry,
we're
I'm not taking
near? Is that because we're near infected people?
I absolutely believe it has to do with the blood and water within it.
No, I mean it hearing us.
Yes. With my explanation still intact.
Kimiko, are you infected?
Works an eyebrow. I don't think so.
If she was, I would have noticed symptoms prior. Excessive sweating, water building, a bloatedness as well.
It's just a thought.
Yutaro has this like very
do.
slight little like tilt of his head, like he was gonna make a snide remark, but he holds himself.
Is there water in this room?
Alto starts physically fidgeting because I think he understands well what Sospe is getting at very well, and is like, "Oh my fucking god!" and is like,
I'm smart. I'm a smart boy.
Well, to give you the implication, I guess this is a time period, but we know water isn't like there's water in our bodies, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
I just gotta make sure, like. But that's fair, that's smart, yeah. But she's not affected, so we're good there. I just also caught up.
Take your time. Hmm.
If it can hear through all infected peoples, it makes sense they could also hear through water.
And the water gets infected, even if it's not necessarily from the well.
It eventually gets infected somehow.
"Do we know where the bodies are of these people that are passing?"
Has anyone
Sure.
passed yet? Did we get confirmation of that?
Other than the Shugenja?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you've only heard of the Shugenja dying, and I guess there's a bunch of dead people outside, but that wasn't because of the water.
Okay, so
That's
just
something I still want to be nosy about later.
he does ask that in character, and I'm like, just, and I guess we'll clarify.
Right.
Yeah.
You ask what in character?
If we knew where the bodies of the past were, that was in character.
Oh, yeah, Kimiko would speak up, be like, "Oh, they would have been burned."
Makes sense.
Which
Audible sigh of relief.
is traditional in the Empire. That's usually what happens.
Mhm.
It's pretty rare that people are buried. It's kind
It's
of an
just
old
that.
tradition because of the Shadowlands.
He's just
Mhm.
kind of looking. It's just us alone in this room. And very
There we go.
nervous.
Kimiko, yeah.
Yeah, well, Kimiko's fine.
Okay.
He's watching himself. Look, I'm a little bit of a superstitious variety. So, someone please correct me here. Is it possible something is being inoculated in their bodies? Or grown? We... He looks really fucking uncomfortable, actually. like looking around, and he's like fidgeting, and he's like, "Oh my god."
Are
Like a
you
fungus.
alright?
You're referring to like a fungus.
No, it if they're cursed, but no one's died save the Torah clan, and potentially we can be heard through their bodies. He kind of is just sitting here. You know what? I have shit roll for this, but I'm gonna fucking try it. I'm gonna try and make an Arcana roll because is there a risk of spirit possession? Is there a risk of them turning into something else? Because he's trying to figure out how to make his point, but he doesn't know. Like, he doesn't know enough.
I think my fungi comparison's pretty good.
Oh, he took you literally. Sorry.
Mhm.
It's okay.
Are you asking about like some sort of parasitic thing, like a xenomorph type thing, or?
More in a spiritual way, like possess,
Okay.
like potentially something else. But
yeah,
that's
something is
horrible.
contaminating their blood, and therefore may be able to then possess them.
Okay. Should I make an Arcana check?
This is where I get. Yeah, no.
Are we about to find out why the fuck it's so banned to do blood magic? Because this is the fuck ass curse they get?
I mean,
As
like,
far
just,
as I know,
I guess
they're not doing it.
also just thinking about it and what you know about magic,
Doing it.
where you're like, well, if there's some sort of someone's spiritual essence that's infecting other people, depending on the capabilities of that like thing or person or curse, like if this was, for example, like a super powerful like blood magic user,
Yeah, it's
And
a
they-
example.
crafted something like that, like that does seem like something that would be within their capabilities to do, but nothing that you've seen would imply thus far that that would be like the end goal here. It seems like it's relatively just debilitating thus far.
He kind of just is worrying his lips, and he's trying to figure out how to voice what his concerns are, but his lack of awareness. I worry, and he kind of just holds his hands together, like palm to palm, that this could be a case of a mass possession if this progresses much further. I don't know enough. I don't practice this. I don't know what could happen here, but this is... If they haven't, why have they not died? If typically aren't curses meant to kill people? Why are they still alive?
My belief is that the cause of this is not aiming necessarily to eradicate in a short amount of time. Let us look at what we have so far. It is a curse that affects this area. Anything that enters this area will become subject to it. It's not just the water
We
that
should
is
figure
here,
out
it
if-
is water that is brought in. It is those that are brought in. Which means something is here.
Yes.
Something or someone is doing this. And it's not trying to just kill them, otherwise they would already be dead. It's trying to hurt them, it's trying to punish, or at least influence them to some degree.
We should figure out if it is only here, if there's a radius that it's not getting past, or if it is spreading.
Don't know how anyone in town would know, but perhaps we could.
I've noticed over the last few weeks, if over time those rice fields have been contaminated, but prior there is only to the well. Signs of that. I'll put
Kimiko-chan,
up
could you?
water to the extent that a little glass of water to an extent outside of town, and if it's turns pink over the next day or two, I feel like that is a good indicator.
Nuts.
Kimiko-chan, could you have some of your men go leave? Well, yeah, we are in a quarantine, so it's like can't let anyone leave. But he's gonna suggest this. Have your men go collect water from a neighboring town. Bring them within every quarter mile between here and that town. That way we could have a marker of where it begins and where it ends.
We brought water with us.
It might already be contaminated.
Let's see.
Just thinking. I think something that is important to note is that when I left, the water was not like this. It seems to be getting progressively worse and worse.
Nods.
You ask why they're not dead yet, but maybe it hasn't gathered enough power to be lethal, and in a day or two it might be.
That's my concern too.
Itaro nods. That's what I was thinking. This is working like a disease, like something that you keep consuming, and if you have enough of it in your body, it will kill you.
I think it likes us.
And I
He
think
looks
that
at
for,
Kimiko.
I believe the Renegantoras are likely sublime targets, either intentionally or unintentionally. Perhaps
Kimiko would also add something that I found very weird is that when we were coming into the town, looking at all the water, and then looking at the people in town who were sick, I didn't detect any sort of spiritual essence or magic affecting them at all. We're saying that this is a curse, but typically, if someone was cursed, I'd be able to see such a thing.
There's a possibility of two things occurring at once. One a curse, and the other one perhaps poison?
Not poison.
It's just the water, as
Or-
far as we know.
He shakes his head, trying to, stumble over his own words. Let's go find one of these sickly people in town. If we can identify a curse within them, we will know it is linked. And if not, perhaps something else is in play.
I'd rather check out the well.
I think there's going to be
We
people
can
by
do
the
both.
well.
He Altos
Pouch.
speaks up because we can do two at once. You two go talk to people and investigate. I do want to check out the well as well. I'll accompany Sosek. I'll keep an eye on him.
Respectfully, I don't think we should be splitting up.
I agree.
We don't have to go far.
Let us go to the well and talk to those we can find along the way. Coughing and cold sweat is a symptom of disease, but it's also a symptom of withdrawal. He doesn't say more than that.
Fair
He just
enough.
lets that be, and then he stands up.
Right. I do also, just to throw it out there, want to say I didn't smell anything off about the water. It just looks like that. It just looks like water with coloring. It doesn't smell like blood or any chemical.
I think
It's
it's
giving
some kind of
curse.
curse, but it's. I don't know if the curse's effects are necessarily magical over manipulating the water or contaminating it somehow.
No. Maybe this is just things that are beyond me, and I can't detect them. But the water kami around here don't seem to be disturbed in any way.
Maybe it's water related and they just don't feel threatened.
Points at so
It's
say.
possible.
Just you throw like points in agreement with so say. Like, yeah, that's what.
Oh.
That's my. So.
That's what I was trying to say.
He gets it.
You guys see?
Mhm.
Let's
Alrighty.
not delete them. March on.
Yes.
He would stop and
Going out.
look to Kimiko. Do you want to be along for this? If something were to happen to us, it happened to you. You might be the last Torah standing.
Thanks. Because I want to help my family. Master Genzo does not think I should go. My father also told me not to investigate the water. But I don't know. Do you want me to come along?
He like drops his shoulder and like tilts his head at her, tilts his head at her with a little smile, like that was a stupid question kind of expression.
She sighs and stands up. I'll accompany you for now.
Smiles. At least within the town. I believe we should investigate the hot springs on our own. We don't know what awaits us. Could use your help or reinforcements if things go bad. But for now, let us see what we can do for this town.
She nods her head. Everyone heads out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
March! Can we take like a 5 or 10 minute break real quick?
No.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay, sure.
Oh, my bad. I can just listen. I'm not gonna be. I can put my earbuds in. I just gotta step away. Y'all can keep going. Y'all can keep going.
No,
No, I actually need a minute.
No, it's
Okay,
cool. I need to
cool.
get something to drink.
I see. We just hit on Sam for free. I'm sure.
5 minutes.
Me trying to figure out how to split off from the party right now. I'm trying.
Yeah, you fucking weirdo.
It's you and me going to the
Okay.
well.
You're like, hold on, I gotta go take a shit in the forest real quick. See ya.
The
Turns
classic.
invisible.
No, I'm gonna be a lot more. I'm gonna be covert about this shit. It's alright.
Just
We're
take
not
Sosei on a
allowed.
really long detour. Like this well is really far, huh? Like yeah.
Well, trust me, I know the town. I know the layout.
Trust me, I know
Well-
the
Oh,
town.
yeah.
I've got it and I'm ready.
That's true.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see what I can pull, but I'm not gonna be too obvious about it. I'm gonna have to
Boy.
press it.
Alrighty. I'll be right back.
Alright.
This is such a big brain, like, fucking game right now. And I'm sitting here like, I wish I could be more focused. Yeah, you're so right. And I was always small brain, you're so right.
In my opinion, you've been putting up points. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No.
fucking ghoul went on a whole ass spiritual fucking big brain moment. And I was like, you're so right. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about though. I'm like, I feel like I should know this, but my brain is not connecting dots currently.
The parasite theory.
Well, not even that. It's just like the wet versus dry shit. And I'm like, huh? I was taking that
yeah.
literally.
Yeah, no, I still don't understand that. I'm with you on there.
I'm back.
Hi.
Hi.
You're really big brain and I'm not right now.
No, it's literally because I've researched this shit. I wouldn't have been able to, like, put it together otherwise. And now, honestly,
No, it's
Tyler could be on
cool.
some other shit, too. Tyler could still be on other shit, and it's not necessarily this. It's...
You're right, but I feel like you're onto a very cool theory regardless.
I'm frustrated because the thing is, when you have, like, wet magic and wet curses, there's a bunch of different ways that it could go.
Because the way I'm, like, not comprehending that.
Okay, so wet isn't liquid. It's a behavior of how something moves. When something is wet, it is going to stick to things, it's going to retain qualities, it's going to retain traits, and it's going to kind of foster and build things. Imagine like a wet environment, like a moist environment, things grow in it, things kind of fester and shit in it. It's like that's wet, like produces life and also creates an environment where things can kind of come, like grow and come out of people. Dry is very, like, it's not a host or an environment where things move, like where things can really move in there and really like survive. It pushes energy or vitality outwards. And I'm so mad I'm not playing a character that could contextualize this shit. I'm so fucking mad because I could fucking work with this shit, but I fucking can't because Aldo's not justified to know this shit in character. So I'm like, fuck, the most I can do is he kind of grew up around it and like has heard some things. But like, the thing is, if someone has wet magic happening to them, it's either going to like kind of like bog down their body, as we're seeing on a surface level. That also creates a perfect environment for a fucking spirit to possess them.
Wild.
That's why I'm sitting here getting nervous as fuck. Welcome back.
Hi.
And it might not be that. Like, Tyler could be doing other shit. I don't know how much Tyler has researched this shit, or is saying, fuck all that, I'm doing my own fucking thing. But, like, when you have wet magic, it's literally used to create people to get possessed by spirits. And, like, also often make them, like, fucking foundations and pillars to go spread other shit. Like, that's something that's common. And that's why I'm sitting here like, uh-oh. Because there's something could just happen overnight. We could just be at the precipice. Now, Tyler could be doing a lot of things. There are many different ways that this could go, but there are many directions it could go. Welcome back. That's the worst one, though. That's the one I'm scared of.
LDR, very cool, very scary game you got going on here, Tyler.
What's scary about it?
You just missed the TED Talk on why it's scary.
Okay.
Tyler, you're neat.
Tyler, you're neat.
You created a curse that has
anything
motherfuckers
before.
paranoid that it's gonna spread.
Or literally create the perfect hosts for people to be fucking possessed by shit and totally remade on every fucking level. You know, I'm just... I'm not playing a character that can do anything with this, so it's so frustrating. Ugh, whatever.
Lies in the sea. I'm not playing a character that can do anything about this, but I got a solution for most of my problems.
You're so real.
It's violence.
Big sword.
About 85% of my problems have had the same solution. That's all I really gotta say. I don't know if this is gonna be in that light 15, but if it is in that light 15, that's what I got y'all.
It's like, I wish someone would get possessed.
I like to see
I'm
it.
trying, bro. I wish someone got possessed.
He says he's ready to kill Kimiko's family. Okay. Damn. Damn, okay.
Hey, Kimiko, you was preaching crazy about not letting things influence the mind. I'm just saying. it's time to stand by your morals, right?
Disclaimer: Tyler could be doing a lot of things with this, but that's the scariest one that I know of.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, all I'm saying is stand on business. All right, let's cleanse the issue.
Let's cleanse you. Wild.
So fuck what the issue's gonna become. It ain't becoming nothing to get rid of that shit.
I also have a lot of gaps in my knowledge because clearly I'm still learning the setting and I'm slowly picking up things. And I'm like, what's so special?
Yo,
What's special about time?
good.
That's why I'm pondering. Like I've been revisiting like documents and shit as this has been going on, so I can be like, okay. Yep. Neat. Oh my god. I'm getting scared.
Did we just enter a horror game? Is that what just happened?
We've been in a horror game. Don't even play. I'm
in a
here in a horror game.
Fine. This has not been that scary.
Noted for their first persistence in fighting blood speakers and other blood magic users. Haha, sure would be fucked up if all the fuckers that are dealing with blood magic fucks are now just basically nuked. That sure would be awful in every way.
Yeah, awful
this
if they
is
were
bait,
cursed
bro.
by blood magic people.
This is bait by
That would be nuts.
by Cham, alright? She wants nothing more than for an invisible demon to choke her up against a tree and tell her all the things he's gonna teach her and train her to do.
What the hell?
You know? Because that's what we want, right? We want some demons in this stage. We want some curses, some spirits.
I mean, Jordan was like, on some, hey, I want to learn some blood magic too.
When did I
Nigga
say
in the
that?
Said that before.
Yo, when did I say that? I never said
Like, that was when I was like, Koff, here's a spell from your training.
Oh,
And you were like, hey, I want some shit like that. I was never offered any training.
Spells?
What about me and my spells?
Last session when I gave you your spell for training with Utero.
And I was being a jealous bitch.
I got a spell from Utero.
You mean
No, don't worry about it.
My bad.
Am I muted? Hello?
I got my, yeah, what's up?
I said, you mean Yotage?
Yeah, I met Yotage, my bad.
Oh, my little pact.
I just work here, sorry.
I'm just God.
I'm just God, I don't know people's names.
Yeah.
Everyone's here? We gotta go
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
scream down a well and see if anyone answers.
Wait, I'm muted.
Yeah, you're here.
Okay.
No, you're not. You're good.
Oh,
yeah.
So, you're bringing Kimiko, correct?
To the well.
To the well.
Are we
What are we
all
doing?
going
Hold
to
on,
the
repeat
well?
that.
I thought we were
Everyone
splitting
going
up.
together or splitting up?
Yes, we're going together, and then we could just stop along the way or there and ask people, hey, or like anyone that looks sick, just try to talk to them with Hayato.
God
Okay.
damn it.
God damn it, what happened?
I can't do my. I can't experiment with her here.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Keep going. Alright,
Well,
so
we're not going to the fucking springs. We're going to the well.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
think Koff wants to do some blood magic at the well.
In a public space?
That's what I'm saying. But hey,
Are
didn't
you
say
sure?
that.
where there's a well, there's a way.
I'm sorry. Are people in the streets?
Sparsely,
bit.
but yeah.
alright, so we're heading to the well.
Yeah,
Going
heading to
to
the
the well.
well. Grabbing a random peasant that's coughing, correct?
Yeah.
Alright.
100%.
What do you say to him? Are you just like, let me inspect you?
You
Honestly,
citizen.
I mean, the way I kind of want to play it is like, could I like notice the people who were pulling away the bodies? Because like I kind of want to know what's going on with that, but I feel like that's kind of sidelined to what we're currently doing. So
What did you want to notice about them?
well, I wanted to talk with them, like, why were they trying to raid the manor or the castle or whatever?
Okay. Well, I guess I should say, like, the people that tried to force their way in are dead.
I know,
And now
but
there are
like I
people
imagine
here.
the people who are taking them away would know of them, know why
Sure,
they would do
yeah.
it.
That makes sense. I just wanted to make that clear, but we could do that now if you
Yeah.
wanted.
I didn't want to sideline the game. Look at the well. I can do that after.
Okay, after that's fine. Did you want to grab the coughing peasant before, or do that after the well?
We could do that
Oh,
after.
coughing peasant.
Let's do that after
After
the
the
one.
one?
Yeah. I want Sensei to do the thing he wants to do.
Okay, cool. So I'll go towards like the center of town, and there's a decently sized well there. You guys gonna try and like pull up like a bucket of water, or
Yeah.
just look down it?
Good place to start.
So
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Pull the bucket of water up.
pull up the bucket of water. Once the bucket comes up, I'll say it becomes pretty obvious what Sosei originally saw in the rice fields, which is that this has the consistency of water and does not flow the way blood would be flowing. But besides that, it looks visually identical.
Can I have a cup, Hayato?
Sure. I'll hand him a empty cup from his pack.
Sorry, my brain went slurp. No.
Yeah.
It'd be so
The
funny.
impulsive thoughts.
The
Don't let them
impulsive
win.
thoughts. No, I want to pour out some of the water I have, put that back into my whatever I'm using to carry water in. I don't.
A
Mm,
little question.
Yeah.
Just I think I already know the answer to this, but I want to do it anyways. So with the bucket of water, I want to pour a very small amount of it. Is there dirt? Like, is this ground or is this like paved? I assume we've got dirt. Or
Around
grass.
the well, it
Well,
is
just-
paved.
Okay. Is there an area fairly nearby where there is exposed dirt?
Yeah,
Okay.
a patch close by.
I just want to pour a small amount of the water, and
Mhm.
very specifically, I want to use bloom specifically with Druidcraft, and I just want to make sure, absolutely sure. I want to see if I can get something to basically like grow out of it, unless it doesn't work that way.
Grow out of the water?
Yes, does that make sense? I'm sorry. I just want to rule something
Yeah.
out and be 100% certain.
Like to check if
Like
that the
watering
plant
the
growth is
ground
fine.
to see if it grows. Yeah.
Because the rice was pre-established with the water.
Mhm.
That's why I'm wondering, just to make sure.
So you're pouring the water onto the dirt and then using bloom?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Say the flower would blossom as normal.
Alright. I'm just kind of gonna nod and confirm briefly to the party. It absolutely, even with new plants blooming out of it, nothing, which we already knew. I just wanted to make sure.
My last experiment was wanting to collect the well water into the spare cup.
Mhm.
And I don't know if it counts as blood magic. I just want to see if the water reacts to my blood.
Your blood?
Yeah,
Are you gonna like cut yourself or something?
that's the intention. But if that's controversial, it could wait.
I mean, you could certainly do it.
It's science. It's not controversial.
How empty are the streets right now?
It's like one or two people off in the distance. No one's paying attention to you, really.
I'll just gesture for everyone else to just get closer to him. Briefly
Yeah.
hesitate with Kimiko still fucking here, but he's like, whatever, I need to know.
Mhm.
It's curiosity at this point. And yeah, he will give his finger a little nick and let his blood go into the cup of the well water.
Make another con save with disadvantage.
Hooray.
Oh,
You're gonna get infected.
you're gonna get infected.
You're gonna get
bro.
cursed.
You're gonna get bloated as fuck. Congratulations.
That
It'll be fine.
was the snide remark.
Science.
Heathrow held back before. It was the she's not bloated.
Oh, there you go, there you go.
This is gonna be good.
You said Constitution?
Yeah.
You're bloated than me.
Mm.
Would any favor help me here?
To increase this would be Amaterasu,
Mm-hmm.
and it would increase your roll.
And I don't know the DC, do I?
No.
It would just be a
Shot in the dark.
shot in the dark.
I think you should fail it on
Correct.
purpose.
I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at how much Amaterasu favor I have, and I've only got 9.
Yeah, I think this might just be a
I mean,
L.
9's a decent amount.
9 or
9 is
15?
decent.
I think we experiment and see what happens.
I think I'm gonna let it fail.
Yeah!
Um,
I'll heal you later, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be more bonding.
More bonding.
It's every time something gets fucking ill.
Yep.
So just cutting himself open and sticking his hand in dirty water. Hayato, I need you.
No.
The way Hayato just like
And
is rubbing his eyes, like, please
letting-
stop doing that.
And stick my finger in the water.
You're not even cursed by the fucking thing. You just have an infected ass hand now.
I have 3 separate curses in my body.
Alrighty. So, as you cut yourself and your blood dripped down into this water,
Just a small cup.
yeah. Visually, nothing seems to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Like, this is an interesting thing. Make
Thank you. You're welcome.
how what would this be? Perception and investigation, arcana, something. Make go for investigation. I think this is most fitting.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Can I give him the help action?
Can I give him a help action?
Can I
Can
give him the
anyone
help
give me
action?
the help action?
I don't think
I don't think it would make sense in this situation.
Yeah, no,
Fair
for
enough.
sure.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. That's pretty good.
Hey, we take those.
Something interesting. You had gotten your Renegon pretty recently. You're still getting used to the way it perceives things and the way you're able to notice like the flow of spiritual essence around you. And something Kimiko said before sort of pops up in your mind where she was like, looking at the water, I didn't notice any sort of spiritual essence or any sort of magic influencing it. And like, you're watching your blood, which has like the faintest amount of your spiritual essence, maybe a little more than the average person because of your capabilities and your connection to your blood. But like, as soon as it enters the water, it's almost as if it like something visible went behind like an opaque wall. Like you completely lose track of it instantaneously. Almost like something is blocking your vision.
He's like looking at the cup. You said his blood disappeared?
Well, the blood went into something that looks like blood, so visually, you didn't really notice anything. But like with your Renegon, looking at like the magical
essence.
energy, your essence flowing through your blood, as it went into the water, it didn't like disperse and like go through the water or like disappear or something. Like you just stopped being able to see it as soon as it touched the water.
He holds the cup up more. It just disappeared.
What did?
My essence.
Of course I will. Well, it disappeared into the cup.
No, like it's gone. I don't see it, I don't sense it anymore in the water.
Furrows his brow. Is it consuming spiritual energy?
That would make sense why the Shugenja were dried out.
And why the Toras who have high spiritual presences would be most affected?
Something for Kimiko real quick.
Do you still want this cup? I don't know if it's any good anymore.
Yutaro
I'll
wants to
get you a
just
new
pour it
cup.
back. Yeah, Yutaro just wants to pour it back into the fucking well, but he's like, that's a terrible idea.
I don't want to
Yeah,
pour it back in the well. Just put it on the ground. And
you should
pours the water.
bring the cup with you. We'll pour it out
Yeah.
somewhere beyond.
Alright.
Yeah, I just watched it disappear. It didn't disperse into the water or float, or it's just gone.
Concerning. But raises more
Kimiko would
questions than
speak up.
answers.
This is you all are questioning. She's like, yeah, I saw that as well. It's like, I don't know. Almost as if something is specifically blocking our vision of it.
I'm gonna look into the cup again. Hello?
Nothing
Hey.
happens in the cup.
This is out of character because obviously Alto doesn't even know this. Cham, don't you have an object that lets you see through the eyes of other people?
Yeah.
What if you were looking through the eyes of fucking Sosei with the Renegon? Would you be able to see it?
I don't think it works like that. I
Okay.
could be wrong.
I like it.
I mean, you would
I
be
like-
seeing what they're seeing.
Yeah, would
Okay, so it wouldn't
magical
work like that.
senses work as well if you're seeing through them?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's whatever.
That's
the-
cool.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
that's-
Okay, that's hot.
That's cool.
So like, I would say like blind sense wouldn't work because that's not like a eye, like an ocular thing.
Yeah,
Sure.
strictly
But
ocular.
like, if you have dark vision, if they're seeing in the dark, you would
Ooh.
see what they're seeing.
Okay.
That's
That
noted.
in mind.
That is
Cool.
cool.
Cham, we could cook with that.
We could with that.
Dose can't see it. Can someone else see it?
Not magic. Well,
Are you implying that I should try? Is that what you're trying to imply in character right now?
I can't imply it in character because I don't even fucking know the object. I don't even know that you guys have any of this because none of you have told me.
What do you mean? I'm saying it out loud. I'm showing the cup.
I
I don't know that.
guess to answer your question on a meta level, from like the way Hayato's thing works, it's like Hayato's only seeing what they're seeing. If they can't see it, Hayato would not be able to see it.
Oh, got it. I wondered if it worked that way or not. Carrot. All right, damn. That would have been interesting. Okay,
cool.
damn.
That would have been an
That
angle.
would have been a
Hot
crazy, crazy fucking 5D chess move.
Crazy angle, yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Yeah. I say
I'm
hello
going back
to
to
the
the
water.
drawing board. I'm going back to the drawing board.
You say hello to the water. Nothing happens to the water.
All right, that was.
Um,
I don't know what I was thinking. That was worth trying.
You did answer
Say
that.
shrugs. I thought maybe, you know.
Maybe try to look at the springs.
Right. I am gonna carry this cup with me though.
Yeah. Yes, you
Are
are.
we going to the springs immediately? We don't want to ask if anyone. Oh, I'm muted. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, there we go.
You should ask somebody.
Yeah, go around, ask around with
Mhm.
people, see if anyone's seen. Because with this clearly started with the well, so if anyone potentially saw anything and is more willing to open up with us versus or seeing if we see anything. I don't want to take long with this, but before we go to the springs,
I guess what information are you looking for? Like seeing if anyone messed with the well?
No.
basically just
You go ahead. You were saying.
I personally, though, whatever else other people want to do, if someone saw anyone, do we know what day the well was fucked with? Was that communicated to us?
No,
don't
as far as like
know.
Kimiko and everyone else knows,
Exactly.
this has been a very like slow, gradual thing.
Yeah.
Um,
There wasn't an exact date where things popped off. It just.
I don't.
yeah,
That's something
and also
I-
the thing with the well was just Rensuke saying this is where I first noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
was his
everything,
first account.
yeah, everything that Kimiko has said seemingly imply that this all happened at once.
Got it.
At least
With
2 weeks.
that-
minimum.
Yeah.
With that
it's
said, I
basically-
still want to ask around a little bit and see if we can talk to people and see if anyone has saw anything with the well 2 weeks. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying in character. That I want to ask around and see if we can talk to a few people before we go to the springs. See if they happen to have any other additional information.
I would say like no roll necessary. No one would have seen any tampering or anything suspicious with the well.
Alright, this is a cover for what I really want to do.
Okay, you're running around. Okay, alright. Go do your secret shit.
Are we? No, I'm gonna make sure though. Are we staying together? As we're asking questions.
We don't
I'm
have
gonna
to.
I think
We don't have
even
to.
if, well, Sosei still thinks even if splitting up is brought up, pairs should still be a thing.
Yeah.
That's just common sense.
Mm-hmm. Wanna send Yutaro
wanna
and
roll.
Alto?
You throw Alto? Okay.
I mean,
You know what?
Yeah,
What?
I'm looking. Yutaro would just probably mention this just under his breath, probably like quieter. It's like, I'm not unconvinced that some of those who are ill are not ill because of this. Maybe ill because of what those who are in troubling times tend to lean on for comfort.
Alright. So, fuck it.
So hold on, real quick. So we have 5 people here, right?
Yeah.
We have Kimiko, Sosei, Ito, Hayato, Alto. Are you splitting up into 2 and 3? Are you sending Kimiko back home? Going 2 and 2?
Well, we didn't want Kimiko with us at the springs. We're going to the springs after this, right? So we could send her
I think-
home.
We could send her home at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Well, how about this? I mean, Hayato will walk Kimiko back to the house, and then from there he's gonna look for those people who are taking the bodies away, and or he could talk to what was the guy's name? The
Master Genzo.
samurai. Yeah, he wants to talk to him about what happened.
I like that.
Okay.
That works out for you. Yeah.
I think so.
If Sosei wants to join him on that, he's welcome to. If he wants to fuck around elsewhere, he's also welcome to do that.
I'll tell the only one that has a babysitter.
I'm whose babysitter? Oh, hi.
I'll tell the only one that has a babysitter.
Alright. Fine. You know what? You throw. You and me?
Hey.
It's the two of us. I'm gonna ask you, throw. There's some business I need to get involved in. Do you trust me? Eye to eye. Just looking to him.
No. But I'm willing to gamble on you.
If this gamble goes south, I'll explain everything to you.
And if
If
the
this
gamble
is-
prevails,
We may have another lead, depending.
alright.
I can't tell you right
I'll-
now.
I'll bite.
I'm going to explain to him there's something I need to drop off at the carpenter's. And then at this point, I'll say, I'm down the road from it, lingering with him.
Drop something off at the carpenter.
I won't be long. I'll be in and out. I have to rule out something. And if I can rule it out, then I'll come clean and tell you. If it is potentially related to all of this, it'll become self-evident. And I'll still be explaining myself to you. And I hope that earns your trust.
Holds his arm. Very well. I guess I'll ask around for a little bit.
I won't be long and I'll meet up with you soon.
Let Otto go.
Alright. He kind of just rolls his shoulders and shakes his arms because he's not used to fucking talking to people about this. He's kind of just like, oh my fucking god. I both talked to Hayato and I talked to Yutaro about fucking shit from this. And I'm a little on edge. I'm a little worried this is gonna bite me in the fucking ass, but
No,
I have
never.
to build camaraderie with these people. And that is my priority above all else.
My Bushido is duty and loyalty. Just don't fuck me over and you have a ride or die.
Alright, let's get this taken care of. Alto's kind of just like inhaling. He's almost got like this kind of anxiety about him now because he's really fucking nervous that the package he's dropping off is directly related to all of this. Yeah, so let's go to the carpenters.
To the carpenter's, like a wooden house with a sign outside. You can hear like sawing inside. Seemingly you're able to just walk right in. Assume you do so.
Mhm.
Walk in. See like a slightly younger than middle-aged man currently carving away, making what appears to be a table. All around the shop, you see like chairs, tables, stands, things of the sort. Things that were broken that need to be repaired. Handles for rakes and tools and such. So you walk in, see this man, like, look up, and then he goes, oh, hello. Hello. So he like looks you up and down, seeing your garb. bows his head, saying that you're a samurai. Welcome to my shop. I am Minara, carpenter. How may I help you?
He nods his head and says, just kind of first looking around the shop, just a quick assessment. Just fairly clean, fairly put together. Just being nosy. What does the carpenter shop look like interior wise?
I mean, it looks pretty well put together. Obviously, there's a lot of like wood shavings and things around, but it's not, in any sort of disrepair.
Just gonna. Sorry, I have to get a character. Okay. Okay. That was Minari, you said? Kind of nodding my head to him.
He's still bowing, looking towards the floor. Yes, that's Sama.
You don't need to bow anymore. It's okay. Stand upright.
Stands up.
I have a delivery for you.
You see, like, thinks for a second. There's sort of a realization. It's like, oh, I see. That, that sculpture you ordered, it's, behind the counter over there.
Nods.
And just leave the payment where it was.
Kind of just continues to talk, and it's like, it was a little difficult to keep intact, I imagine.
What did you say?
Sorry, you said the sculpture he ordered?
He was like, oh, the sculpture you ordered.
He nods. I imagine it took you some time. Kind of just nods and is going over as he's talking.
Of course. It was the best I could do.
Nods.
Which is pretty damn good, if I do say so myself.
Do you have any of his work, just like what he's been making, like in the shop?
Yeah, there's plenty of things around. Mostly furniture and like practical things. So like chairs, tables, handles for tools, things that commoners would need repaired or replaced frequently.
Alright.
Not really a lot of like decorations or sculptures.
Suppose you don't get to work sculptures often, do you? And as I'm just talking, making the small talk, normal shit, I will go through my pack and I will leave the package behind the counter. Cured, kind of duck behind things.
You have the package, and behind the counter you see like a small, like 6-inch wood carving of a tiger.
I will accept the tiger. Hold it to myself, kind of inspecting it as I stand back up, smile.
He smiles as well. It's like, well, if that's all, I should be getting back to work then.
I won't hold you. Thank you. Now. Oh, go ahead.
So he nods and then goes back to sawing down this piece of wood.
I'm gonna leave nondescript. I'm gonna head out of the carpenter shop. Is there a back to this carpenter shop?
Yeah, it would be.
Alright. Anyone in the streets?
Sparsely.
Alright.
Like,
No one paying
pretty
attention
far
to me?
away. No one close to you, no.
Alright. So, I haven't got to do this yet. I'm gonna post it in the fucking chat. It's a long one. So, remember the Komori shit that we figured out with the Ranger's rig?
Yep.
I want to summon my Komori.
Okay.
Just for description's fucking sake, I've been repeatedly trying to decide how I wanted to do this. I'll link something in the fucking server, but he ends up summoning this Komori that looks something kind of like a dog. Specifically, it's a little Ryukyu dog. I've been looking at a few pictures of these fuckers. I'll put it in the chat. Not that anyone can see it, but you know. How does a Komori appear in quality, like the actual spirit? Is it kind of ephemeral? Is it kind of see-through and
Yeah, like
transparent?
it's definitely not like a fully detailed being.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times it's mostly like one color kind of moves in like PowerPoint transitions, if that makes any sense.
No, I get you with that.
Instead of
Yeah.
fluidly moving a lot of the times, it just kind of like slowly phase from one position to the next.
All right. Are they a consistent color always, or can they kind of vary by color?
They're black.
Got it. All right. So, kind of like with this black shade of a spirit, going to kind of sit and instruct it. You're going to tail the man inside tonight.
See this thing. Looks up at you. Looks around. Nods.
Be discreet, be covert, and return to me when you see where he's gone with what I dropped off, okay?
It nods.
And with that, going to leave.
Gotcha. You try just in the street, window shopping.
Yeah.
Around. Who here looks like they smoke?
Yeah, I'll go
Where
back
could
to...
a brother get some
I'm
opium?
gonna brother get some opium.
So say I got something for you. Opium. Oh boy,
Mhm.
my favorite.
So, let me just make sure. Got it. As I'll know the location, basically, assuming this all goes well. I'm gonna go back to Utero. I'm gonna nod to him and say, didn't learn much. Unfortunately, that would prove relevant. Have you learned anything else while you've been in town?
I know I had hoped Hayato's keen eye might be able to spot what I'm looking for, but I don't think it matters much what my secondary is. I think a running one is more worth our time.
He nods, kind of walks in line with Utero, kind of like shoulder to shoulder, a little quieter. I'll find out if I've had anything to tell you tonight or not. On into the next morning, okay?
Odds.
I swear to you that will tell you.
Holding you
And
to
he leaves it at that.
Leaves it at that as well. Back and rejoin the rest.
Yup, that is all. Thank you for tolerating and dealing with my bullshit.
And he cut back. Haito,
Mission accomplished.
you return. Going back to the manor now. All the bodies are mostly getting brought away. Some of the people are still there cleaning up.
Hmm.
And Master Genzo is standing by the door where he was before.
Mhm.
You approach him,
Yeah,
I
I'll
assume.
approach him. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll wave goodbye, or he'll bow as Kimiko enters, I assume.
Mhm.
And then turn to the samurai and kind of glance towards where people are still cleaning up. What has happened with those men?
as many people are, they were very upset about the current situation. Not enough food, not enough water to go around. And of course, no one can leave. So they were demanding to talk to the governor. And I am not to allow that. So,
What are you telling the people?
what did you ask?
What are you telling the people?
He looks at you. He goes, I am not telling them anything other than what I am stationed here to do, which is protect the Torah Manor.
So they currently have no understanding as to why they are being forced to remain here. And I'm assuming commanded to not drink the water. So food is also limited.
This is true. They were told by their governor when the lockdowns first began that because of this illness, no one was allowed to leave so that it did not spread.
And how long ago was that?
Me looking at the calendar, God, how long ago was it that Kimiko left? Because that's when it first started.
I feel like at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, that was like 3 weeks ago.
Like potentially even a month.
4. 3. Yeah, I think it was 3 weeks ago. There's a lot more than 3 weeks in a month, though.
Mm.
Yeah, it'd be like a little over 3 weeks ago.
So they've just been in the dark as to what's going on, and they don't know why they're not allowed to leave. Not really.
The true nature of things. Of course not. It's not their responsibility nor privilege to know. They need only fulfill their role, do their duty.
And yet their patient wanes then. They're starving.
He nods. This is true. But of course, this unrest cannot be tolerated.
Of course. Protecting the manor is your job. And I imagine you hold that title proudly. Thank
Yes.
you. I was wondering on what had occurred.
I do not want you to think me as simply a guard. This is simply the role that I've found myself in. I was once the sword instructor to the children of the governor. I am... He looks off. No longer an active samurai here. I've retired here and simply instruct the next generation. And with everyone falling ill, it's fallen to me to protect this place.
He nods. You seem quite young. I'm surprised you're already retired. Do you mind if I ask what had happened?
He laughs. It's like, I'm not as young as I look. Did you say something?
No, but Hato just kind of like smiles a little.
Mm-hmm.
This man taking in that compliment low key.
Yeah. Runs his hand through his gray hair. It's like, I'm not as young as I look, but I've served my lord for well over 40 years, and I was offered retirement, and I took it.
Mm.
And of course, I have lived my life in service to my clan and my family, and I still wish to do so.
You're doing so, I think, quite adamantly, or admirably. Oh my god, words. I can't speak. Admirable. Blah, 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 blah. I can't say
Admirably?
words.
Admirably.
Yeah.
It's
that.
kind of like a blub blub blubbly word.
Blah,
you
blah,
know?
blah, blah,
Blah, blah, blah. Goodly.
Deprived. Forgive me. Quite well.
Mm-hmm. You do good work.
You do good work. You're doing.
Yeah.
You're
You're-
doing God's work.
You're killing this shit.
You're doing the Empire's work.
Killing it.
Killing it.
Well done.
Mm-hmm. Killing it and people. So,
Hell
You're
yeah.
killing it and people.
Somebody's got it.
Yeah. When entering this place and entering this manor specifically, is he the only one who's currently like standing guard,
yes.
or are there others? Okay.
I mean, there are like servants
Why-
inside, but no like active guard at all.
Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Forgive me if this is an invasive question, but why are you the only one here? I completely believe that you are capable, don't get me wrong. It's just a curious ordeal to see only one guard standing at the front of the manor.
Well, until today, we certainly did not expect any sort of trouble, and frankly, without me being, how would I say, vain, I am all that's necessary.
I feel like the 8 men demonstrated that quite well. So there are others, but you're just choosing to take up that role alone?
Well, with the rest of the family indisposed, I currently am the most skilled warrior here. And loyal to this family as I was, it seemed only natural. If I wanted to, I could call more guards over, have them patrol, but I don't think that the family's manor should be treated like a castle or a fort to be guarded.
He nods. Perhaps it shouldn't, but perhaps things should be considered for how to deal with the unrest that's building. Obviously, tensions are rising.
Takes a breath. And he speaks. The way you talk, did you have something specific in mind?
Given Kimiko is currently overseeing this city, this town, perhaps speaking with her and coordinating with her as we learn more information of what's going on. I think communicating to the people could help them. Calm them at least.
Gods. Says, that is quite wise. I should advise Kimiko on this, but as she has just returned home and is dealing with quite a lot, I think I should give her at least a little bit of time to get settled.
Well, I imagine you are far wiser than I am, so... He kind of like nods his head in the, whenever you choose to do that, I believe you're gonna. Thank you. I think I will explore the town a little bit more. Perhaps I can report back to you if you're looking for any information on what's going on.
He says, it's like, well, if you are able to gain anything truly of use, of course, I would appreciate such a thing. Though, I'm sure I don't need to be the one to tell you, but please be very careful. Everyone else that has gone poking around has not ended up very well.
Yes, I have heard.
Gives a slight bow. Putting our faith in
Yes.
you, Jade Magistrates.
Your faith is well warranted. We will figure out what's going on and put a stop to it. And he'll bow a little bit as well, and then turn and head towards the people that are cleaning up.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Only like 10, 20 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Only cleaning up the road of the blood stains.
Mm-hmm.
Say anything as you approach?
He kind of like wanders up quietly initially, and like probably waits until someone like glances his way to kind of make the eye contact and nod his head in greeting.
As peasants, they certainly would not look you in the eye.
Fair enough. The
but-
general looking in the direction.
Yeah. Like, as they're sort of like on their
that, and then
knees,
whole head nod.
scrubbing, as they like sort of glance over to the person approaching them. They notice you, they sort of like scoot to the side and go into like a very deep bow. Kind of like prostrated on the floor.
You may sit up or stand.
They
Did you know these men?
They look over, shake their head. He's the one closest to you. Goes, no, not personally. I'm sorry. They sort of like hang their head down, ashamed.
That's quite alright. Do you know where I could potentially figure out who they are?
I mean, currently we've brought their bodies and currently working on their funeral rites. Surely their families will be made aware. I mean, you could go over to the funeral home and see them there for yourself if you wanted.
Which direction is that? I apologize, I'm new to town.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should point over sort of towards the like northwestern part of town. And it's like, if you'd like, I could bring you there.
I don't need to take up more of your time, but I appreciate the directions. Thank you.
Hey, bow. After a little bit, would go back to scrubbing.
Alright, he'll go to that funeral home. This is gonna be a whole chase. You can jump somewhere else real quick if you wanna. He's snooping.
I don't think anyone else is things that they're really doing.
Well.
You want to bring us with you?
Yeah.
Just
I can
catch
run
up.
into y'all.
So it's just following him.
Yeah, he's just vibing.
Neutral.
Yeah.
Looks impatient. Looks antsy, but it's present.
Sure, everyone's back together.
Yeah.
See each other in the street on the way over.
Alto's gonna touch base with Hayato and just kind of ask for full clarification. Where are we going and what it is that we're doing?
I just wanted to see who these people who were slain when we arrived were. Apparently, that unrest is starting somewhere, and I think it's important to figure out where.
Is that pressing?
Not as pressing as going to the springs. So we can do that first.
Nods. No. Well, there's nothing else to hold us here. Let's just make our way over.
No.
Have cup with me.
Yeah, you have.
Not for
Taking
much
sips every
longer.
once in a while.
Yeah. Like, I imagine following Hayato. He caught himself a couple of times about to sip it before
Yeah, no, there's
catching
been several
himself.
times I feel like Hayato's like pointing at him like, no. Corner of his eye sees that shit.
Like, not on purpose. Like, he just forgets.
You're holding a cup with liquid in it, and you're like, I should be drinking this, because subconsciously.
Brain says thirsty,
Yeah.
about to sip. Brain says, wait, in all caps.
Instincts say thirsty. I say that is a cup of blood.
Like, lips on cup. Oh, wait, no. Bad butter.
If you got that close, the way that I'd be smacking that out of your hand.
Hayato hurrying over.
Like, absolutely the fuck not. No, he would not hurry over. He has fucking mage hand. Don't forget.
Hayato, I did forget. I did not know my Hayato had made it.
Absolutely,
funny as hell.
he does.
But yeah, no, he's just been walking around with it, seeing if it reacts at all. But if it's just water, it's just water. He's like, man, this. Why am I holding this again? I could have dumped this out anywhere.
Alrighty. So as you all are walking over to the hot springs, I'll say that Hayato, you pick up that Cersei's coughing has gotten much worse.
Oh no.
Not the consequences of my actions.
No.
The consequences of your actions immediately.
I mean, what did you think would happen when you cut your hand open and put it in dirty water?
I didn't put it
Real.
in dirty water.
Get into the water.
I let the blood drop
Near.
into it.
I am going. This is gonna be potentially weird and a bad idea, but I'm gonna use my amulet to do the 2 charges of detect magic, detect poison, and disease.
Mhm.
Just like casually put that up. See what vibes I get.
So,
Um,
this will last for 10 minutes, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
you do it kind of getting closer to the
Yeah, the hot springs. Good call, good call.
hot springs.
Look at my spells.
But especially as you notice that.
gotcha. Are they both concentration, or are you doing one of the other?
Well, it's just like the 2 charges: detect magic, detect poison, and disease. Like that's a comma. Like
Oh, you get to choose one of them for that many charges.
wild. I'll do detect magic. I feel like because he'd be able to tell, especially with I
Mhm.
feel like Sose of poison or disease.
Sorry.
So detecting magic, and what are you looking at specifically? See if there's
Probably
magic
checking the
within
area.
Sosa.
Yeah, what's going on?
I guess, but besides all of the fuck ton of magical objects Sosa has on his person,
Mhm.
I mean, you don't notice any like
The
magical
water.
effects in his blood. You don't detect any magic in the water.
Okay. Interesting.
Can make a perception or investigation check though.
Okay, I'll do that.
I forget, is detect magic just very specific or is it area based?
It's a spell.
It's an area.
Yeah.
Alright.
30 feet from the
Yeah.
caster.
hmm
It shit just lights up.
Are you telling me you have magical shit on you too?
No, but
Alto is magic.
We should all have
Yeah.
magical shit on us. At least.
yeah.
A beacon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High
Alto's like
question mark.
the one dude that's like sitting down and he's completely glowing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like kind of looks like that, you know.
Oh my god. Well, didn't Sose see that on him with the Renegon? I'm not gonna derail session too
Yeah.
much. Of that.
Probably, yeah. So since
Did
Ben
happen.
noticed that,
Yeah.
hasn't said anything.
What was I saying? Yeah, you don't know anything magical about the water. With that investigation, like as you're looking, and like the water, and you're like, that's weird because something's going on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like using this amulet, enhancing your vision, you notice something similar to what Kimiko and Sese were talking about, where like looking at the water, it's almost like your senses get like dulled as you look at it.
Interesting.
Like, it looks completely mundane, but it's almost as if something is like stopping you from looking into it.
Right. Weird.
Sam Brain
Windows
just
is being perceived.
Sam Brain just thought of what spell this could be, but I don't know. That's accurate. You throw it in at least.
Hello.
So say struggling.
Yeah. Anything anyone else wants to do before we get to the springs?
Can I don't know, can I medicine check this boy? See how
If you look at him, he is cursed.
that quick, huh?
Sure was instant, yeah. Thought as
And
much.
it's the
You
same
gave it
kind of
with a
curse that
drop of
everyone
your
else
blood?
has.
Just a little baby drop. Cursed immediately.
No hezzy.
What's one more curse?
It's alright. We'll burn it out of you.
Huh?
Someone get the leeches.
The leeches
That's
are
kinda beyond
the leeches are
on.
paid
You got
actors.
ghosts in your blood.
You got ghosts.
Only
Getting
only
them
a
out.
fever can take care of this problem.
Should do cocaine about it.
Maybe some opium in this trying time.
Maybe I need
No.
more opium.
He might
Not
be
that
on
yeah,
kind.
totally
something.
won't kill you.
The other kind, the one that won't kill me.
Mm.
The good kind of
Yeah,
opium.
the good kind
He's
of
a good
opium.
opium. Let me see here. How long do we have?
Until you reach the springs.
Yeah.
A good couple minutes. Are you trying to like ritual cast something?
I don't think I have anything ritual cast. Other than my lesser blood pact, which would not help me.
That'd be a wild thing to
Shit,
do
it
right
might.
now.
Anybody want to make a pact?
Hmm.
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, quick question.
Yeah.
Just 'cause
Go for it.
it crossed my mind. Sips. I don't remember if I unattuned from the crystal katana or like
Mhm.
not unattuned. I made it my packed weapon.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I did that with another weapon or undid that.
Okay. You saying you wanted to have switched it back to Yukiteke's katana?
I'm thinking about that, yes.
Can you summon
'Cause
the
I'm-
crystal blade right now?
I can. It doesn't matter where it's at. I can call it to me.
Mhm.
Which
I
I
mean-
thought was really funny
Yeah,
too.
I mean, high key.
And then I think I can put it back. I don't know. I can put it back into wherever.
Is that legal?
No,
God,
probably it's super not
I
legal.
mean, I
mostly.
can tell you some stuff on a meta level what would happen.
yeah.
So like, let's say if the crystal blade was wherever the fuck, right? And you could like summon it to you. I think the way like your packed weapon works is you can put it in like a
Yes.
interdimensional space.
Yeah.
And you desummon it. I don't know if that's for like other like objects that are normal that you make your weapon, or if that's only like the pack to the blade, like just summon a random weapon type thing.
I don't remember if it's Pact of the Blade. I know it is specifically a hex blade thing.
Mm-hmm. Where like you can make other objects your.
Yes, I can make another weapon my pact weapon as long as I meet the requirements for it. For using that weapon. Like being proficient with it.
Gotcha.
Which is what improved pact weapon helps me do.
Okay. So yeah, like I think the way that would work is wherever the fuck it is, it would go to Sosei, and then like if you tried to desummon it, if I remember Pact of the Blade correctly, it would just kind of it wouldn't go back to where it was before. It would go into like a little pocket dimension.
Right. Which
no.
I would effectively be stealing it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Which would be very funny.
No, I'd say like if Sosei did try to do that, like currently it is in like a magically protected area that nothing can like teleport in or out of.
That's interesting.
So I guess I'm not 100% sure on how that would work, but I think if you tried to teleport something out of there, it wouldn't exactly work.
Okay.
But if those barriers were taken down through some means, quote unquote, then yeah, you'd be able to summon it.
Well,
So
I think that just works regardless of distance.
Send a quick sending over to.
my summoning?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think distance matters with my summoning for my packed weapon.
Hit a quick sending to Ko.
But
Hey yo, you mind just taking the crystal blade out the vault real quick?
Just inspect it.
Open the door up a little bit, right?
I just need an inch. But okay. No, knowing that, would it be okay for me to have Yotage's katana my packed weapon and instead?
Yeah,
Sensei could be such a fucking demon. Sends a sending to Ko. Hey, I heard that someone was plotting and stealing that crystal blade. You should probably go check the vault, make sure it's still there. As soon as she opens that door, it's gone already. Yoinks.
Crazy.
You see, it's not there. You see, I
Previously.
tried to warn you.
See, I
like,
told you,
I
bro.
should probably look into that. Anyway.
I do not have sending, unfortunately. Also, that would probably freak her the fuck out.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Just getting voices in your head. Ooh, someone's stealing the
Yeah,
crystal
for
blade.
starter.
What the hell?
Alright.
Alrighty.
Thank you. That's just what I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. If I can
Um,
make it my pact weapon again, I would super love that.
Yeah, go for it.
Bet.
I assumed you would have probably done so before.
Yeah.
Now, up on a meta level again here. Going to the springs and messing around. We may or may not end up in a combat. Would you guys like to stop here and keep this sort of open, or run the risk of having to stop in the middle of combat?
I personally would like to stop here so that we can dedicate combat to a session.
Yeah. That sounds better.
I weep.
I weep also. I would be good to go for another couple hours, but people are gonna... people start shutting down.
Yeah, brains are gonna die.
I mean, I
and-
was about to. My brain's already shutting down. I don't know if y'all have already could tell.
No worries.
Alrighty. In that case, we'll stop it there.
I'll
And-
never take it. Eat for
Yeah,
combat.
a little bit of RP room, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do our rewards.
My words.
Rewards.
Words.
What do we got? Creative solution to a problem. Creative solution to a problem.
Say it
Creative
again.
solution to a problem.
Did any of us solve any problems?
I think I've
Only
just
made
created
more
problems.
problems.
Created quite a number of problems.
Creative creation of a problem.
I don't know. I was spitballing logistics to try and figure out how big the fucking radius of this was. I don't know if Kimiko's gonna do any of the shit I
Ooh.
said.
That did happen. Who we voting?
I liked the theories stuff for wet versus dry. It wasn't really like a creative solution or anything, but it was a fun theory.
Was it one theory?
Creative theory crafting.
I was
Creative
theory
theory
crafting.
crafting.
I was cooking. I
You
don't
were
think I'm getting
cooking.
anything else, so the only thing I will do is put myself in the... I was creative theory crafting, does that count?
I think this solution, the potential lead with your fucking secret shenanigans, I think could be interesting.
I actually... Alright. Actually, I'm gonna explain that. I genuinely fucking think that's gonna have something to do with this entire fucking thing. And part of it wasn't even teehee, I wanna run off and do secret shit. I needed to set this up before we fucking went so that I could track this fucker and potentially pin him later, if he's associated with this plot or not. That was my entire intention this entire time. I was like, okay, how do I get this fucking delivered before shit goes off so I could potentially pin this guy in the future? So it was kind of like a setup. That was my mindset there.
Hence why I think it's a creative solution.
I'd be willing to vote Alto for creative.
Fair enough. Auto. 1d4 to god of your choice.
Roll. Oh my god, can I fucking type? Alright, I figured it out. Oh! Hang on, what did I-
D1, D4 is crazy.
Oh, fuck! Oh, I'm fucking... Dude. What?
Yeah, you
What did you
are.
roll?
I got a 1 anyways.
Damn.
I'll give it to Tsukiyomi.
Yeah. A day one man.
This shit.
Exceptional role playing. Got any RPers in the chat?
Looking at everyone else, but
Points at Uthro.
I think my instinct is Utero as well.
Want to vote myself as well, but I can't pin down any specific thing.
Points
Fair
at
enough.
you.
Your whole being.
My whole being.
You throw 1d4 out of your choice.
Matarasu. I have to have faith. We'll find a way.
Yeah.
And MVP.
Hayato.
Yeah.
The medic is medicing. We got a lot of answers.
Yeah, we got a fuck ton of answers, like with the curse shit, and like being able to even like pursue any of that in the first place and fucking pin this shit down. Yeah, literally you.
Oh, okay.
Just being able to have someone that can say beyond a reasonable doubt it is one thing is huge.
Making it worth it that I went medic, huh?
Absolutely.
It's always worth it. Niggas are always dying.
True. Niggas die every
I
day.
love figuring out the consequences and also pinning other consequences on not correct consequences. It's super fun.
Damn. That
Lots of
sentence made no
conception.
fucking sense.
It didn't make any sense, but I got the vibe.
I didn't understand what the fuck she just said.
I was referencing how I got away with murder.
Mhm. You'd absolutely get away with murder.
And it was being like, yeah, that's definitely natural causes.
Murder schmurda, bro. What
can't
murder?
confirm.
Can't confirm. As a doctor, that was natural causes. And not super rare poison that you couldn't have cured anyways. Haha.
24. Took out of your choice.
Whee!
Alright, Tom. And then any Bushidos. EBay
Time to
Bushidos.
post
Copy
'em.
paste.
Wee! Oh god. Hello? Oh.
Hello?
Ah! Sorry, I'm struggling with copy pasting.
I guess I'm copy pasting both of mine, but I think I already know which one I got.
It's just nice to be able to read them for everyone else's
Mhm.
sake, you know?
Mhm.
I think Amaterasu's Bushido for me. Just all
I would
the
agree.
making sure
Yeah,
Sose
I
didn't get
agree.
infected when he walked into that room, or trying to prevent him from getting infected when he walked into that room. Trying to just support Kimiko as much as he can, despite him being hurt feelings right now.
I would say
You got Amaterasu.
passion for Amaterasu for Hayato. Investigating shit for the peasants TM.
I think that counts.
That counts, yeah.
I think Amaterasu, yeah.
The descent isn't really our business. That's that sounds like a Emerald Magistrate type business, but Hayato still wants to look into himself. Make sure that these people aren't down on their luck.
Yeah, I'm totally doing them. I'm absolutely doing this for their sake and not for.
It's like, I'm
the other
suspicious as
shit.
fuck. I'm suspicious as fuck. I was like, I don't trust this. You're doing shit. That is not compassion.
I'm being compassionate. I'm.
Yeah, shut up.
for the people.
I fucking saw that shit. Just don't even.
So do I get it or not?
Yeah, go for it.
Woo! Right now it looks like compassion, and that's all that
What,
matters.
what does
Compassionate,
Amaterasu
that's all the
say?
gods care about.
Amaterasu says the samurai reserves
Let me
their
just, like,
judgment
flirt
for
with the
themselves.
fucking guard. Let me flirt with the
Huh?
old man for a second. Don't mind me.
God.
Am I the one who thinks there's something wacky going on with that man? Probably. That's fine.
Yeah, probably.
I couldn't pick up anything.
I was like, one-man army's kind of crazy.
I believe him. Only this
I believe him. I'm just like, what's going on with you?
most suspect thing was definitely that carpenter.
I-
Yeah, that's
What was suspicious about the carpenter? He's just making shit.
The fact
you
that-
know?
Yeah, really.
he heard.
starving.
I got a package. Oh, I got a package for you too. Ha ha ha.
That
He's
threw me
just
off at first, and then I understood.
selling shit, you know, like someone comes up to pick up an order, they got the order. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, someone comes to pick up an order who's never been in this town before. He didn't even know we were coming to this town
Delivery.
until we were on the way to it, with no ravens
fucking-
or birds to have delivered the message.
How do you know that? How do you know that? First of all,
He came down here from the back clan. He
You
could have
have-
stopped by here. It's on
You
the way.
never mentioned this place. We are going to a place that is currently under quarantine, currently very important to multiple people in the party, and you don't think it's worth mentioning being like, oh, I've been there before. Yeah, I stopped at that hotel on the way here. It was fine when I got here. What happened since then? You didn't think that was an important thing to mention?
I just wanted a souvenir. It's not that serious.
It's not that.
I can make
Well, you're on the same energy I am with helping the civilians. That's fine. Anyways,
I'm supporting local
I-
businesses.
supporting local
I'm
businesses.
sure you
We're
are.
supporting the townsfolk. We're the best samurai out here.
The
Sose should get courage, I think, for actively just poisoning himself.
No, you thought immediately
Dude, I
marked
like
that as suspicious as fuck, but he didn't think they could be malicious. At least not as malicious as the whole town is currently cursed. Like, what worse could Aoto really do to this place?
We'll get into that. I think Sose got courage.
Yeah, I think so you could take on Tarasu.
Mhm.
We got an Amaterasu sweep thus far.
Really?
Trying to break it. I
I'm
definitely,
break this
I
shit.
was 100% that when I told Yutro, I was gonna tell him what the fuck was actually going down. I am going to tell him what the fuck is going down. That was not a lie. That was not me fucking dodging. I vowed to that fucking man that I was gonna tell him because I kind of don't want to keep secrets. Actually, it's actually kind of frustrating. But I need to contextualize this shit first and
Sincerity.
not have it fucked up. Oh, is that sincerity? Yeah. Oh wait, I'm
Sincerity.
Mhm.
yeah, Tsukiyomi. That's I 100% met that shit. So
You thought it was
Yeah.
like, alright, I'm holding you to that.
I felt it.
I'll believe you. I'll gamble on you at least. What's the worst you can do to
Trust
me?
me?
Yeah,
No.
like,
Oh.
Please show me.
Yutaro has that
Yeah.
mentality of, all of you already have a knife at my throat, so I really am not in any position to complain.
Mhm.
Y'all have the ultimate blackmail on me. I really can't say no.
staying call terribly long, but I actually think I've been like kind of reflecting on like how Alto feels about the fucking position Yutro's in. But I'm kind of like, oh my god, this man is in such a terrible power dynamic on every level, and I think he kind of feels gross as shit about it. Actually, I think he's kind of like, I kind of want to even the playing field, but it's like, how do I do this without potentially him blabbing to fucking everyone that this could be an issue or fucking not? I think he is kind of. He's also like, man, that's some fucked up girl troubles. I caused that. Whoops, this is awkward.
Just be the shoulder you can cry on, and you'll be
Maybe
fine.
it's something they can talk about. It's like, why did I
True.
listen to that man? I don't know.
Are we good for the
Let's
fucking
roll.
call?
I got,
I think we're good.
recording.
oh yeah,
Sorry, I'm losing my brain cells actively, y'all.
you're good.
I think we're good to stop. Everyone did everything.
Thanks for
Think
watching
everyone
the
does
stream. See y'all next time. Bye.
Woo!
Woo!